Hello, everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of the TTV Podcast, episode 296.
That's the wrong music.
That is the wrong music.
Hey, don't worry, guys.
Cue the right music.
Okay, don't worry. I can fix this.
Can you?
You tried, Star.
There we go. I fixed it.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to TTV 296. I'm Messa.
I'm LJ.
I'm Fluffy.
I'm the XX Trooper.
And hello, everybody. How y'all doing this fine evening?
I'm existing.
Mixed.
Mixed.
Yeah.
Mixed reviews. Not fresh
mixed reviews of my
tomatoes
evening.
yet. All right, fine. Fair enough. Well, we're gonna have ourselves a fun episode today. So pretty soon.
Yeah.
You'll be doing just great.
There was a lot of build up to this episode, you know, in the inner circle. You know, everyone wanted to be on. Everyone had something to say, and
then in the end, nobody was on.
That's what happens. That's the TTV way. You know, everyone says they're coming up. Everyone says it's happening. Everyone says, oh, you know, I can do it whenever, and then whenever comes up, and it just doesn't happen.
Keeney specifically was going to be here.
So you better get this party started.
Keeney, you should join us for E3. And he was like, oh, sure, Messa, it'll be fun. And I was like, well, okay, when works? He was like, not anytime this weekend.
Not anytime.
And I was like, well, you're really
I want to be on. When? Never.
I mean,
it never works.
I'm still a little bitter at him for being on episode 292.
Yeah, he cut in at the end there.
Yeah, that counts as an appearance, so he shouldn't have done that.
No, it doesn't.
So
does.
full disclosure for anyone watching, if you do not care about E3 2018 and video games, I would suggest you ponder leaving right now, because that's all we're going to be talking about. We're going to be going through E3 and the 8 major press conferences that were held and giving abridged opinions and summaries on the things we personally found interesting from them.
Abridged opinions? Can't we just give our opinions?
Yeah, but
Hey, you're using extra vocabulary.
imagine if we talk like for 10 minutes about every game they showed off. You know, we don't really have enough time to do that. But some of the stuff that does matter, we can talk about.
I don't think I know what abridged means, because abridged.
Short.
Oh, that's it. Okay, well then that's understandable. Let's do the abridged way. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna kick things off this week with the best. Everybody loves them. They never do anything wrong. Electronic Arts had the first press conference of E3 2018. Yes.
In the game.
You need to pay a fee in order to appreciate EA. Sorry.
I need to open my opinion box.
Yeah,
I
that's,
get it.
that's going to be 5
need to
payments
open
of
up
$3.99.
Open up some loot boxes of us sitting in the audience as an establishing shot to make us seem more chill with the crowd.
Yes,
But yeah.
hip and cool.
Abridged.
EA,
So
EA
what
this
did
year
show off?
was dreadful as always. Generally speaking, there were 3 big things. It was Battlefield, sports games, and Anthem, with a few other things sprinkled throughout. Their Battlefield 5 presentation I thought was hilarious. They were like, so here is what everyone's been wanting for. Our big new innovation for this year is Battle Royale!
Yay!
Word innovation.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not one of the people who's sick of Battle Royale yet. So for
Really,
me,
it
was
never
fun.
caught on for me at all.
I like
never liked
PUBG.
Battle Royale.
No, I've never touched a battle royale game ever.
It's
Not
pretty
even
fun.
tried it.
Nope.
You just don't. Like, I've tried it at least, but like, you just
Tried
avoid
it.
it like the plague.
I'm not avoiding it. I just haven't had the time to try it.
That's fair. I still
Yeah.
kind of like it, but Battlefield, what are they really going to do that's different than, say, PUBG? They're very similar kinds of games, just Battlefield might have better gunplay than PUBG. At least with Call of Duty's Battle Royale, COD has, like, interesting things. They have, like, remote-controlled exploding cars that you can drive all across the battlefield. And, exploding crossbows and stuff like that.
Is that going to be in Battle Royale, though?
Probably. They've mentioned it's like a cumulative Black Ops experience, and they showed in the trailer.
I
at
know,
RCXD.
but that doesn't mean that they'll like actually put in the parts that were good from those games.
In the Battle Royale trailer for Black Ops 4, they did show in RCXD.
There was a trailer for the actual Battle Royale mode?
It was only concept. It didn't have actual gameplay.
Oh,
there was
was
an
it the
arcade.
one where they just zoom over like different people and there's like
Yeah.
environment and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, and you can be on cars as the zombies people." Whoa! Is that the one that you're talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, yeah, that looks stupid.
yeah, I faintly remember that one.
Now we're just talking about Call of Duty, and we were going to talk about the EA conference.
It
So
was
they
so
had.
Well, the other thing they said was like, so Battlefield 5's campaign is gonna be war stories, and there's this one person from Norway, and you can follow their tragic tale. And I was like, oh, hey, X the game.
Yeah, it was.
What?
wow.
What are you talking about?
No, it's just in the
I
campaign.
didn't
One of
think
the soldiers is like this Norwegian person, and they were like, "Stay tuned for the Xbox E3 press conference where we're gonna show off this in more detail." But when Xbox happened, they just
There's
played
a
the same trailer.
Norwegian in Battlefield? Is that what
Yes.
you're on about?
Yes,
But Norway has never done anything of significance in any war or any warfare, any at all. We haven't invented any good weapons, anything that's just bought. And during World War II, we just surrendered. That's it. So I don't really know. I don't really know what Norway has to offer in the
Surrendering Simulator
War world?
2018.
Yeah, like literally, it would just be. I don't know. Like there's nothing. I don't know. Maybe he discovers oil and gets rich and then like bombs everything. I don't know. But anyway,
What was that one trailer which seemed really interesting at first on the Xbox one, and it turned out to be like I think it was Battlefield.
Are we talking
Maybe.
about
It was like
Xbox?
falling from somewhere, and it was so dramatic, and I was like, ooh.
It
and
might
then
have been the
like,
War Stories trailer, yeah.
and I was
But
like,
yeah, so we had Anthem, which looked painfully generic, even though mechanically it looks neat, but it just looks very dry. And then we have Battlefield, which is already sort of hassled away because of stuff we'll not talk about, and they introduced a battle royale, which people don't like.
We don't have to go this
sports-
fast, X.
Sports. But yeah, I'm just like, this is the stuff we're talking about during EA. But like, Battlefront was EA, right, as well? That's neat.
Okay, the
General
only
Grievous.
actual good thing
Grievous.
that came out of EA's conference was announcing General Grievous for Battlefront 2. I'm gonna, full disclaimer, I hate with a burning passion EA dice games. Battlefront 2 is the last one I'm buying, because I bought it to play with people, and I will, but wow, do I not like playing it. So
So it's not even because of the loot boxes, you just hate the games.
correct. It does. I don't even like the loot boxes. Yeah, they're bad, but they've already rectified that. I hate playing them. It's not fun. I would have a more
Don't they have
enjoyable
like
time.
a new progression system stuff now?
They do.
I don't
They
know.
completely
I don't
retooled
care.
everything.
If
They
it'd be
didn't
I
more
don't care
fun,
either. I don't know.
They replaced
I've not looked into it. So
shove a bunch of needles in my arm. That sounds like a better time than playing EA dice games. It's just so
Wow.
torturous. I hate playing them because it's the same thing. You run out, you die. If you're super unlucky, you spawn in front of the enemy and die. Then there's an egregious wait time to respawn into the game. Then you're running around for most of it looking for people, hearing the battle around you but not actually engaging. You die. You respawn. You see them at long range. You die. You can't do anything. It's running around and dying
die.
simulator.
I die. I spawn. I die.
It's
I like,
awful.
okay,
Ooh, a hero.
I played Battlefront 1, 2, and 1. The new one. The new one that's the first.
Yeah.
That's the reason you're describing right now is exactly why I don't like a lot of dice games, just because it's running to your death simulator.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is in Battlefront 2, but
Same.
Battlefront 1 is the exact same. But what you can do in that game is that you can completely abuse the spawn system, and that's why I have I don't know, I think I have 6 KD in that game, just because the stupid stuff that happens to you, LJ, there's a formula to it, and you can take advantage of that, and instead of you running to someone and dying every single time, you are the one sitting
You gotta
waiting
wait
for
for
that
someone
one
to
person.
run to you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
pretty
crazy
much.
because it's really
Interesting.
stupid system, but that is
Wow,
I've only
mind
managed to
blowing.
do
I never
that
would
in
have thought
Battle.
that.
I only managed to do that in Battlefront though. In Battlefield, I that's why I don't play Battlefield at all anymore. I
Yeah.
just go somewhere to die.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
other stuff. Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
doing
those
Battlefield anymore. I can't even play as any of the heroes in Battlefront. It's like, Grievous is coming out. I'm super pumped. You have to get 8,000 credits
Coming out,
in a
but we
match.
haven't seen any gameplay
That's an
of him at all.
obscene. It's an obscene amount of kills. You need to be really good at a match to play as any of the heroes. So I doubt I'm going to be playing Grievous pretty much at all. EA's conference outside of that was garbage.
We just saw a bunch of like looped footage of already existing stuff for Battlefront, and then like just we're sorry about the game being garbage on release.
Yeah.
Like I did appreciate the devs' candid nature for DICE going up on the stage and apologizing and saying like, "Here, we're actually trying to fix this." I did appreciate that
Because EA is bad people. Just to get out of the way. But
Robo X.
the thing that I am a robot. I will take over the world. We'll all become slaves.
Go on.
Am I still?
It's spreading.
Everyone must die.
We might have to change the data center. Hopefully, one of us can do that. Whoa.
Server settings. I can do it. I'm gonna put.
Here, I'm gonna do it.
Central.
Give it on central. And then...
All right. Hello.
All right.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello. All right,
It
carry
worked.
on, X. What were you
Okay.
saying?
Hello
Okay.
there.
They admitted a mistake. That is huge in the industry. Bungie has done 3 times. They do what EA has done to Battlefront. They do that 3 times a month, and they haven't even like done a single hint of like maybe we did something wrong. No, it's been people saying on Twitter, "Hey, instead of playing PvP, you should play strikes," and they saying you're just doing it wrong. And I'm just going to stop there because this is going to go on for like 3 hours. But I'm just
I do respect, because it wasn't DICE that put in the loot boxes. It was freaking EA. DICE, from the sound of things, was well intentioned. They wanted to create a game that was much better than the first one and add in all the content and make fans happy. And then it all kind of got ruined by bad press because loot boxes. I'm glad that they're kind of on the right track, but for a lot of people, it's just too late.
Can't stress enough, though, that Clone Wars is huge. Everyone loves Clone Wars. When people think, or not absolutely everyone, but lore people hate the Clone Wars era. But in terms of what Battlefield is, people think of the Clone Wars era. The big battlefields with the 401st Clone Troopers, that's their stuff. So
Droidekas.
It's great.
Grievous.
It's great. We need droidekas, though.
See Grievous.
/ destroyers. That's what we need. I don't care about...
For lightsaber blade action.
Yes.
The helicopter.
Let's talk Anthem for a minute, because I agree it looked
Literally a
generic,
minute.
but I actually did like the stuff that I saw. I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun playing it. What I found interesting, it wasn't so much the conference, because I felt like they handled it fine there. They had a panel and they did all that cool stuff. It was what happened after the conference, where they released this Game Informer article. And we're basically like, all right, so we're going to confirm a bunch of things about Anthem, just rapid fire. There are dialogue trees, but they're much smaller in scope than in Mass Effect. There will be no underwater battles. There will be no player versus player. There will be, just a bunch of different nothings. Like, this isn't in the game. This isn't in the game. No, no, no. And it's like, oh, how interesting.
Anthem got my attention because numbers now show up when you shoot them.
I knew it!
It doesn't matter. Nothing matters at all. But right now, from what I see from Anthem, when you shoot someone, number pop up, I'm buying it. Just because it's something that is not
numbers.
Destiny, but it's trying itself at this formula. It looks
Well,
more Destiny than Division in terms of their progression, loot.
A lot of people
all
keep
that.
comparing it to like Destiny or whatever. I think a more accurate assessment would be Borderlands.
Yeah, I'm
and no,
thinking Borderlands as well.
It's
Like,
not Xbox
the-
exclusive.
The way that they visualize the numbers is way more like Borderlands, but they don't do it as well as Borderlands.
It's also like
don't-
Borderlands in the sense it's a purely co-op thing with no PvP component.
Yeah, and I
That's
hope
true.
that means because the excuse that happens with Destiny all the time. I'm sorry, I keep bringing up Destiny. I'm stupid like that.
You're
But
fine.
a lot of their excuses of balancing and everything has always been like, oh, well, this will be broken in PvP. That's not going to happen with this game because it's only PvE, and that's interesting. I really hope that we'll have a more interesting PvE metagame that we've ever seen in Destiny, considering they're all in on this. Like,
That's
this
why
is
they're
the
not
big thing
doing
for
it.
BioWare.
You'll be happy to know they've said it's because they want to do balancing better and not have to worry about balancing two separate components.
Okay, but
so
yeah,
yes.
there's just so much to a game like a looter shooter. There's so much like whether or not you can inspect this and look at this and how you do stats, how they work in quality. Like, there's so much to a game like this, so there's no way of knowing if Anthem will be a good game. For me, that is, until I have bought the game, I've played it for at least 2 months. So I don't know, but I really like that there is something new on the market. No matter what I think of Anthem, I want more people to do what BioWare is doing, even though they said they've started doing this before Destiny come out. But the looter shooter genre should not have a monopoly, which Bungie has, because no,
Agreed.
they should compete in terms of it being a good game. And the
Yeah,
more looter shooters, the more happy I am. So I'm very much looking forward to this.
We should battle royale the looter shooters.
Yes.
You cut out there, Fluffy. I have no idea what you just said.
Battle royale the looter shooters.
Yes. Too good.
You want to battle royale the looter shooters?
Exactly.
There
Put
is-
Destiny
there
in a
is that.
cage
There's
match.
The
four
with
looter
Division.
shooters fight to the death.
Oh.
Joke
So-
about the fact that there's
Oh
so
yeah.
many
Let's
battle
put all
royale
the
games.
developers in one big arena. Let's just have them go at each other. Yeah,
All in
let's do
all,
that.
Anthem looked fine. When they got up on the stage and did their panel, Casey Hudson got up on stage and I was like, "You get off! I don't want to see your face." I still haven't forgiven you for Mass Effect 3.
Oh yeah, Casey Hudson on this, but like the thing Casey Hudson messed up on was
Kyle's
story-wise, and this doesn't look like the main focus of Anthem, so I don't
We'll
know.
see. Either way, it definitely
We
piqued
don't-
my
We haven't
interest.
seen enough. I thought the panel, like the way they executed the panel, was really boring.
It kind of was.
Like I totally like zoned out while they were talking because they were just sat down and they sounded really
They
bored.
kept looping the same bit of gameplay.
Yeah, they kept looping the gameplay as well. It was just, I don't know, I just completely like conked out for the entire part of Anthem, even though I'm actually interested in what they have to say. I don't know.
Presentation matters a lot. Can we talk about when they did like a freaking esports commentary match for a mobile game and then revealed it was Command and
like
Conquer at the
80%
end?
of like the rest of the panel, like the EA panels, like
Yeah.
conference,
They
sorry.
just sat down for
Yeah.
10 minutes to hype this mobile game. And everybody got super upset because it's Command and Conquer, this old popular PC franchise, one of the first RTS games. And then it comes back, but it's a mobile game.
Mobile
Everyone's,
game.
like, super upset.
It's almost as bad as what was revealed on the Microsoft one, which really upset me.
Oh god, we'll get that.
I hated that like scene where they revealed that new Star Wars game that's coming out in like 2019, and she sat like the presenter sat right next to this guy. And was like, it's gonna be great, isn't it? And he just goes, "Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
gonna be hyped." And then there's like, and he just looks, and he goes, "Yeah, it's gonna be great." I'm like, why?
Why was that a segment that needed to happen?
You have nothing to show. Like, why are you awkwardly like poking the microphone in this guy's face? Meanwhile, there's this guy in the background going, "Kill me, kill me, kill me." I just wanted to watch video game conference.
Video game.
So, is that? I don't know how long we've been doing this, but like,
There's one last thing I want to say for EA.
yeah.
How much
I
more
felt
does
it
he
was
have to say?
hilarious. I felt it was hilarious how every year they do this. Sports! 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 We gotta promote our sports games, even though we should have a separate event for the people that care about sports games. Gotta spend 5 minutes on FIFA, 10 minutes on Madden, 10 minutes on NHL. And then this year they did something really, really funny because they brought out this guy. I think his name was like Young Kiv. I'm
And that
not
was
sure.
My favorite part of the
I'm not
Spider-Man
sure what his
one.
name was to this day, but he was some guy who like
pretending to be
was
cool, and it was just
he was
like
a baseball player in high school, and he broke his arm, so he couldn't play baseball. So naturally, what you do at that point is you go home and you start playing football online and making a name for yourself,
totally.
playing Madden. And he was like,
Except
"Oh,
he
I'm
hasn't made a
gonna
name for himself. I have no idea who this guy is.
join the Madden esports." Oh, but he loses it every time right when he gets to the top. So it's his journey. You gotta root for young Kiv as he's climbing up the esports ladder. And the guy was like, "Yeah, you're chasing that money." And young Kiv was like, "Yeah, man, I'm chasing that money. I still got my diploma in case it doesn't work out, but I'm chasing that money, nonetheless." And
They're
it was
trying to sound like so like interesting and so like prestigious, but like the whole audience is just sat there like, who are these people?
It was the most cringy, embarrassing, but also hilarious thing that I've seen possibly at any EA conference ever.
Dad and Paul just going, oh yeah, I gotta chase that money. It's like,
Still got my diploma, but I'm chasing that money.
I'm going on the podcast, but I'm still chasing that money.
So, LJ, did you have something you wanted to say about
Oh no,
EA?
I thought handedly it was the worst conference of the entire event. It was absolutely horrendous. I want to move on to better conferences because I feel like this was
Okay.
such an utter waste of time. EA's conference.
So was that
It was so
was
funny.
that all
though.
like the big games from EA? We haven't forgotten
I mean,
anything.
they announced 2 like indie games, Unravel 2 and Sea of Solitude, and
Don't care until it comes
really
out.
good.
admittedly both looked pretty interesting. They released Unravel 2 the same day, and from all reports, it's really good. So if you're into platformers, check that out. The other one looked very interesting, and they were probably the best part of the whole conference was the indie artistic style games. So props to you. No disrespect there.
Props.
So that's all for EA. I'd give it like an F. Microsoft. Let's talk about Microsoft because they probably had the best one. If
I'd
I had
say.
to guess,
Why?
To
What
give it
what did they bring to the table in terms of games?
they had like a metric ton of announcements. As far as how many were actually like Xbox exclusive, that I can't really tell you.
I was gonna say my score is Xbox exclusive out of 10.
Yeah, pretty much.
That seemed like there was a lot of exclusives for some reason.
I can't speak to the actual numbers. All I know is their conference went like 2 hours long, and without a doubt, they had the most interesting stuff. They opened with new Halo Infinite, which was a very
Even though it was a Halo at first.
it was a very concept-looking trailer, and we couldn't tell what it was, so we kept making jokes like, "What is this? Is it Assassin's Creed? Is it Tomb Raider? Is it Horizon Zero Dawn? Oh wait, that's PS4. Is it Legends of Chima, the game when they were like the rhinos running across the screen?" And then finally they showed Master Chief, and we all flipped out.
Okay, Massa,
Master Chief thigh. Like,
You were-
it's Master Chief.
you were so insistent throughout the entire beginning of that trailer that it was not Halo because it had a normal-looking rhino.
It's just not what we normally associate.
It's a rhino and a normal-looking deer, and you're like, this isn't Halo.
Wait,
It's like the
When
women
we-
in
when we-
Battlefield 5. It's like, what is this? That was
There were
you
no
in
deer on the
comparison to Halo.
rings.
So the Halo trailer was just they show a bunch of landscape and then you see the helmet. Right?
Essentially, it was a glorified tech
that's
demo.
the only thing you guys are talking about right now.
It's not even a tech
Correct.
demo. It was literally a pre-rendered trailer.
it was literally a trailer.
It was not pre-rendered. It was rendered.
I'm not an
in.
expert on Halo, but like that helmet looked weird. Do we know anything from looking at the helmet whether or not it's very old? It's in the future?
It's essentially it is the sequel to Halo 5. So chronologically, it's the next game in the series.
So it's going to be
But-
horrendous story-wise because
But-
okay, give it to me.
They've fired the lead writer from Halo 5,
Oh,
and they've brought on someone new, as well
they
as
better have.
reverting to the classic art style that everyone loved from old school Halo and ditching the modern art style which everyone hated, which is why the helmet reveal was a big deal. It's like straight out of Halo 3, classic era. And from all reports, from what the developers said in blog entries since, the implication is it's an open world Halo game, which is a bit of a departure.
What?
Halo games are very linear.
Big sandbox.
It is a big sandbox. They're very
Yeah.
mission oriented. This one is supposedly open world, and also it's almost a reboot but it's not. It's a continuation of the story, but they're trying to go back to the feeling of the first Halo, where you're on a Halo ring exploring. There's like wildlife and big open landscapes, and you're kind of just like wandering alone in the world. You know,
I have barely played Halo in my life. Like maybe at like a friend's house a couple times. Never owned an Halo game at all. But I've read through so much story stuff online just because I find the universe and everything Cortana just very interesting. So I just have this very huge story dedication to Halo and just nothing else, and it's really weird.
I didn't know that.
And the last games,
Horrible.
I don't like what happened to Cortana, so I'm glad they fired that guy.
Nobody liked it. They didn't show much more, and the game's not coming out for many years. But we'll probably talk about it. Yeah, it's probably going to be 2020 if I had to guess.
But is it going to be... No, I'm not going to use that joke because then we were just going to talk about that stuff. But yeah, so this is Microsoft. They have just Halo, that's it.
What are you saying, Alden?
I was gonna say it won't come out for many centuries, 7 years to be exact.
Yes, the reference. If you want to hear us talk more about Halo 5, Halo 4, Halo Infinite, the whole modern Halo franchise,
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Keeney's going to be releasing a podcast soon. The Burning Bridges podcast, which he might get mad at me for announcing here.
Yeah,
But I might put it in the description.
So the guy that
but
has
wait.
barely been part of this podcast for years is starting his own podcast?
Yep.
Y'all, it won't be on our
Don't do
channel.
that.
There's
It's
no
gonna
way.
be
You
a-
know that you need to, like, be consistent and, like, not just do a thing and then just not show up for 2 years and then show up again? Like, does he know that?
He wants to do his
know
own
how-
thing.
Does
So
he
we'll
know
be on
how
our
this works? At all?
Go on, Alden.
As a little bit of a disclaimer, there's no language filter on his podcast, so just keep that in mind.
Nice.
That's why it's not going to be hosted here, because he doesn't want to. But if you want to hear us talk more about Halo and you don't care about language, that option is open for you. But for now, let's move on. New
Wait,
from
that
software.
was it. Microsoft had nothing else?
I'm moving on to the rest of the games in the Microsoft conference. Stop
I didn't know.
rushing.
I thought you were
Stop
moving on from Microsoft. Don't
rushing.
panic, okay? Ah! Okay, go on.
Next up, guys, the next great game, Gears of War Pop Funko.
Okay, we can talk about that. What were your thoughts?
That upset me so much. What is this?
They announced
What
3
is
Gears
this?
games. A Gears
Yeah, they
Funko
did.
mobile game, a Gears Tactics RTS game for PC, and then Gears 5 for modern consoles and PC.
If it was just Pop Funko, I would have been really, really mad. But then they reveal. I'm kind of curious about the tactic game because
looked
apparently
fun.
it's gonna be story driven. So I might not actually buy the game, but watch the cutscenes online if they're actually doing story for that.
It
'Cause
is.
I
It's a
do
prequel.
Guys,
Prequel
so they're
stuff.
making... Is Gears... What is the thing with Funko Pops? Is the next Gears gonna only have Funko Pop figures?
They've been working with Hollywood or some businesses around that area because I saw Rod Ferguson visit Universal Studios recently. So they've been talking to people like that.
They've been talking to Funko Pop people?
Listen,
At Universal Studios? I am so confused. I have no idea.
They're
what's
releasing
happening with Gears
a
5.
mobile game with Funko Pops, and then separately from that Funko Pop mobile game, they're doing a proper Gears 5.
But how does Funko Pops work
I don't know.
with
Listen,
I don't
it's
know.
random.
It's random, dude.
That's what's so
This is
annoying
really
about it.
weird.
It's so random.
and people are what's the general consensus on this? Is
It's
people
funny.
just
What the
It's
hell?
it's just weird, I guess?
Essentially, yes.
I wouldn't be outraged, but it is just weird, I guess. Did they show anything other than a logo for Gears?
Oh yeah, they did an
Sure.
extensive trailer and
Yeah, they did.
Oh, really? Not just landscape? Just...
no, it was full
That's
on.
crazy.
It was actually a more comprehensive trailer than they've ever done. It had story, cinematics, gameplay, montage. It was
They
good.
did 3 different ones. They did the little Funko Pop trailer, then they didn't show anything else of that. Then gosh, and then the second one was the tactic one, which they didn't show much of, but they showed some gameplay. And then Gears 5, obviously, they showed a lot of stuff for. but I'm more interested in the second one because I care more about the prequel stuff than the post Locust War stuff.
Fair enough.
All right, I have a question for a person listening to this. I want you to go to the comment section. I don't care about when you're listening to this live. This is for people that are watching the video when it's posted. Because what you're going to have to do is that you're going to have to give me an extensive essay on this question regarding Funko Pops. Because I'm not going to discuss anything regarding Funko Pops. I'm just going to ask this one question regarding it, and I want Funko Pops enthusiasts to answer this question in the comments below, or just send me a private message. The question is why?
You exist. Maybe you
No. That's it.
You get a better
My question is why. Don't listen to why. She can have a separate question.
To the X.
Moving on.
Don't give yourself an existential stroke over this question.
An existential stroke.
Okay. So,
Alright, so next up, From Software showed a new trailer for their new game, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, which is essentially Samurai Dark Souls, where you apparently die twice, and then you if you die, you come back to life.
Which game are we talking about?
From Software's new game, aka the Dark Souls folks. The Dark Souls
okay.
are making a new game where you die twice.
They're making a game. They don't have a name for it, but similar to Dark Souls?
Dude! The game's name is called Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. And in the game, you die.
I thought you were describing something. That was actually the name? Okay, I'm sorry. Just move on. With what you were saying. I don't want to interrupt. I'm sorry. It's late.
The game looks sick. There was a lot of wombat combat where you grapple hook the horse and kick the dude off and did all sorts of crazy combos. It looked genuinely impressive. Very cool. Yeah, it's wombo combo, wombat combat. Making a joke.
There was 4 games that was set in old samurai.
You're right,
setting.
huh?
I don't know how to describe it. I don't know enough about that setting to describe it by its name, so I don't want to say something that sounds offensive to anyone. But yeah, that era basically, because I remember watching a reel where there's a guy with a straw hat and he just went to town with a katana on people, and it was dark and stuff, and it looks a lot like Sekiro.
Well, speaking of straw hats, probably the thing that we were most hyped about, at least LJ and I.
Microsoft?
Flef can attest, yes, and Microsoft. Was a little game from Bandai Namco called, or Namco Bandai. What is it? Which one?
I don't know.
What was it? It was called Pounce something.
Oh my gosh!
It was called.
You need to stop.
Jump Force.
I swear it was cool. I swear it was cool.
Yeah. No.
Force.
Bounce pressure. That was it.
Essentially, it's anime battle royale, basically, but not battle royale. In
Come
that
on,
sense.
Meso. You need to get battle royale off your mind.
Is it Naruto Battle Royale?
No, it's a fighting game.
Oh.
A better comparison is it's like Super Smash Brothers, but with anime characters.
That's nothing like Battle Royale. Why was
I know.
Battle Royale
Seriously,
confused?
why would you say that?
I'm easily confused at this hour.
So essentially, you got Luffy from One Piece, you got Goku from Dragon Ball, and Frieza from Dragon Ball. You got Naruto and Sasuke from Naruto. You got Light Yagami and Ryuk from Death Note. Basically, all the Shonen Jump franchises coming together in Jump Force to fight it out.
Do they have characters from good anime as well? No, I'm just kidding. But Death Note and a lot of those are good animes. I just wanted to. One Piece is good as well.
I might have to evict you from this recording.
Why? Am I horrible?
I might have to Sparta kick you off.
I'm so sorry.
Kick him out like Smash Bros kicked out Waluigi.
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. You didn't just say that. We don't know what you just said, but yeah.
I didn't know what I just said either.
Essentially, we lost our minds. We recorded a reaction video that won't go up on the channel for a reason.
My actual glass right next to me started to break because of how high pitched the squealing was.
LJ lost his mind. I was like hyperventilating.
We all, because it was you, me, and Var, and like the three of us collectively just flipped. If we didn't have important like technological stuff on our tables, I'm sure they all would have flown.
Well, it takes a special kind of group / person to be hyped about this game, because the hype really only settles in if you like more than one of the franchises. So Var and I like Dragon Ball Z.
And I'm completely
Naruto.
removed from like 90% of this game. So it's like, there's no reason for me to be as loud as I was.
But your One Piece hype made up for it.
I really love One Piece,
Yeah, it worked out.
Is there a list from all the different animes?
It's early yet. We don't know when the game's coming out, so we don't have a comprehensive list. So far, there's just 4.
There's 4, and that's Death Note, Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece.
Correct.
Those are good choices for this. I like that.
Definitely. They've showed some gameplay from it, and the gameplay did not look nearly as impressive as the trailer did. But the game is very, very, very early. They gave no concrete release date.
Did you see Light fight?
Sadly not. He wasn't in the demo.
I want to see that. I want to know if he like throws potato chips at people. That'd be great.
I'll take a potato chip and beat you with it! Smash!
That's his like super attack.
Call that the Idaho attack?
Yes. Idaho smash!
We're done. But yeah, no, it was
Alright.
that basically single-handedly, I believe, for everyone here, won Microsoft for E3.
Oh, without a doubt. I've never been more hyped about something shown at E3 than that.
They won because anime and Gears Funko Pops. That's why they won.
Actually,
Maybe
the
not the
pops,
Funko
the
Pops.
pops are the reason. Those are like the cherry on top.
That wasn't even all I knew, though. You know the meme about Battletoads?
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
Battletoads is back!
You can actually pre-order Battletoads.
Yes.
Did someone say Battletoads?
I did
Yeah,
say
we just
Battletoads.
did.
Call the GameStop.
Yes, call. They also Devil May Cry 5, so they're canceling that dumb reboot series. They're bringing back proper Devil May Cry and
Oh,
continuing that.
that's amazing! I love Devil May Cry. It's one of the few hack and slash games left that are like actually fun to play, and they're actually, man, they did some stuff to that series. I hope. I have good hopes. Good hopes. I don't know if
They
that's
announced
probably
some.
not.
They announced some Cuphead DLC, which I lost my mind over.
Lame.
Cuphead, the
Oh,
delicious
that's
last
crazy.
course.
Yeah.
What was it, like Chalice?
Yeah, Miss Chalice, new playable character.
Yeah, the delicious last course, abbreviated DLC.
Oh man, even making DLC for that game, there's so much work. It's incredible that they actually, like, I never thought there would actually be a DLC for that game just because
it was such a crazy seller.
I know, but
think,
even then, it took years of
I
work
love
to just
that-
draw the stuff.
So amazing. It blew up like so much because people loved the style so much.
I'm very
Oh, yeah.
happy because there was like this really great story they had where like some people they quit their jobs, they poured everything into this, they either sold their house or were about to lose a house or something, and they were banking everything on this game, and it just absolutely exploded.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fantastic. I'm very glad that the game did well.
There's a few more announcements. They showed footage of Kingdom Hearts 3. They showed footage of Dying Light 2, Just Cause 4, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. None of which I really have much to say on, other than they were there and they look
Any-
cool.
Pretty interesting.
None of you guys care about Kingdom Hearts.
Var does. I was hoping he'd be here, but he's
Aw.
seriously MIA.
VAR
I
is
love Kingdom Hearts. I want
Do
to
you?
share this with him.
if-
Because
if-
the thing with the Kingdom Hearts announcement is that it showed. Okay, Kingdom Hearts in its story is just like Metal Gear. It's convoluted and
Oh,
just crazy, messed up. Nothing makes any sense. And basically, with everything that they've shown, more and more from Kingdom Hearts is that just the people who hasn't played the side games, there's like a really
They're
messed
getting
up
lost.
timeline. They're lost, basically. They don't know what's going on, me included, because people have just been like, even though they're side games, they're like on different consoles and handhelds. They're very essential to like the overall storyline. So like lots of people are flipping out about Kingdom Hearts, but that's only like the completely diehard fans. The other people are kind of just like, eh? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But it's huge. Kingdom Hearts is huge. I think LJ put in an emoji because I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts right now.
Oh, no.
So-
That wasn't
Oh,
regarding
okay.
this at all.
That's cool.
I'm
But
fairly
yeah, that's-
ambivalent.
Since I'm the only. Peace out and shout out to all TTV people that like Kingdom Hearts. Let your voices be heard. I want to know who you are. I'd like the game. Tell me why you like it as well. Do you like Roxas? I didn't. Let me know why you did, if you did. Yeah, let's move on to Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, no.
XY.
I'm
I don't know
happy.
why that is funny, because I was genuine there. I didn't try to be funny.
I will say one thing about Kingdom Hearts, and it's based on the trailer they actually showed in Sony's conference. Their Pirates of the Caribbean level looked very realistic.
Amazing.
I thought for a moment it was film footage when like Jack's ship was in the desert and like he's
Different
standing
game.
on top of it. Yeah,
Where
it
did the
almost
Pirates
looked
of
like they were
Caribbean
just
game?
playing the movie for a moment until I did detect that, you know, it was actually models, but they're very good models.
Mhm.
Messinek, I hope you someday see the old Pirates of the Caribbean level that is on PlayStation 2, because it does not look good.
Oh
to say the least. So
The last big thing they showed at Microsoft was Cyberpunk 2077.
X, are you okay?
Stop it! Stop doing this! Now I have to add
That's the
you!
best game.
Purple,
No, you don't. I just wanted to say one sentence.
No,
I
that's
get
a
up in the
second
morning.
sentence!
It's the best
Okay,
thing.
3 sentences. Gosh.
Oh my gosh, just stay in the episode.
Yeah, Purple, I want you to stay.
Purple.
Cyberpunk 2077 is like, I'm too
Funk.
deep. It's gonna be the best. What did I say? Did I say
But
fun?
like you said, cyberbunk.
Oh, okay. Well, Cyber Saboni 2077 Sony is gonna come out, and it's gonna be the craziest thing ever. It's just, I love Cyberpunk.
It's like
It goes
it's
to the
Bomboni.
show. It's Sloobity Boney 2070 Boney. It's gonna be great. Alright, that's all I have to say about it. I've been saying a lot. I shouldn't. What do you guys think?
I mean, it was a trailer. It looked alright.
I have
Sick.
zero interest in it whatsoever.
They
Why not?
they
the
cut
best
in
thing ever.
with that, they cut in with the hacking thing, like they were hacking the E3 stream, and all I could think of was Sombra. Is this Overwatch 2? The actual trailer didn't do much for me, but I'm sure it's gonna be good.
It's an open world sci-fi first-person shooter.
I don't really
That's
care
cool.
about the actual game, but I just liked the concept. I liked
Oh
all the
yeah,
art I
the
saw
universe and
around
people's
and it's like-
outfits.
yeah, and all the bad stuff that can happen to you.
Yeah,
Most definitely.
it's gonna be like 200 billion years until this game is done. Like the person literally said, it'll be a couple more years. So it's probably it. I can't be hyped about this. It's gonna take too long. Terrible game. Let's move
Oh
on.
yeah, don't hype about anything nowadays.
Yeah, you can't. I mean,
Risk
it's,
there.
yeah, I don't want to die, you know, because like 2 years of hype.
I don't want another
Nice.
Destiny one.
Yeah. Pretty much. So
Is
that was
that-
Microsoft. I abridged a lot of the stuff. I didn't go in depth. They actually talked about way more than that. They did like
You wanna
montages.
talk about Destiny?
That's gonna be at Sony's.
Yeah,
Because
we'll
I have a lot to
talk
say
about
about Destiny. At Microsoft, they did announce they're buying a bunch of new studios to essentially make more first-party games, because one of the criticisms about Microsoft is they don't have many first-party things that interest people. It's like Forza, Halo, Gears, and not much else. So they're trying to remedy that by buying more studios to make more games, and to that I give them a thumbs up. But that's about all we have to say for now. By far and above, Microsoft was the most entertaining conference. It was essentially 2 hours of nonstop reveals with zero BS. No, let's talk about the new Xbox system features for 10 minutes. Let's do motion controls and connect and, blah, blah, blah. It was just constant entertaining, constantly something of interest to pay attention to, and a bunch of cool demonstrations.
Yeah.
It was grade A stuff.
Fantastic conference. Easily the best this year.
Was never bored.
Yep.
Bethesda! Again, this is the kind of thing that VAR should probably be here for, because I don't have too much to say about it. It opened with Rage 2, which I believe is an open-world post-apocalyptic game of some sort. I never played the first one, so I don't know.
It's so awkward.
The first one was not received very well, so
It was not.
I'm very curious.
This new one looked very cool. They had a lot of combat things to where you could throw a zero-G grenade at groups of enemies and they'd all go flying up into the air, and you could throw cleavers at them and cut them up and do all sorts of insane combat. It was not your generic by the books FPS whatsoever. But the worst part was, before they actually showed the game, they brought out this guy on stage to sing a song. I guess was in the trailer for the game, and he was like, "You better get ready to die, get ready to die, die, die," and it was just super omega cringe. all the way through. And they kept cutting to all the nerds in the crowd who were like, ew, what is this music? I don't know what this is.
The funny thing is that I had woken up at 3 a.m. I was like, oh, the Bethesda thing should be on. And I turn on the Bethesda stream.
Better get ready to die.
Like that, and then there's just people head nodding in the audience. And I'm just like, what is this?
Oh boy, yeah, this is music. Yeah, that guy, he's
Prolonged
doing the thing.
musical segment with no integration in the presentation of the game does not belong at a game conference. Sometimes orchestras work. With God of War's announcement, it worked. They had the orchestra accompanying the game's presentation last year at Sony. With Ubisoft, it worked. They brought out a band to play the Donkey Kong theme when they announced the Donkey Kong DLC for Rabbids. With this, it did not work. It was like a 4-minute-long Andrew WK song for no apparent reason other than it was in the trailer music, and I guess they needed to kill some time. It was super cringy. But the game looks fine.
Does anyone love Raving Rabbits?
I mean, we'll get to that.
Is anyone very passionate about those little things?
The Mario plus
I'm so
Rabbids.
passionate about it.
The Mario Rabbids crossover was apparently good, but Rabbids by themselves, I do not like.
I can't. I hate the rabbits so much just because they killed Rayman, but I won't get into that. Let's move on.
Here's Bethesda's highlights. I'm just going to rapid fire them, and then we'll discuss what we care about. They announced a new Doom, Doom Eternal. They announced something about Quake, I forget. They announced new Elder Scrolls Online DLC. They did a massive presentation of Fallout 76, a new Elder Scrolls mobile game called Elder Scrolls Blades, a meme video with Keegan-Michael Key talking about Skyrim's new epic version on Alexa and your smart fridge.
Special edition.
It was hilariously done. And then at the very end of the conference, they announced Starfield, their first new IP in 25 years, a futuristic new single-player RPG game that'll be coming out in several years. And then the Elder Scrolls 6, which will probably not come out for a decade.
Yeah. And everyone's super hyped about it already, but all they showed us was a logo, but, it'll happen eventually. But Starfield does not... I mean, if you're going to show a new IP, and you're going to have someone in there that just does not feel like he works in universe, what we've seen, and it just looks like a quick cash grab. Like, for those who don't know, there's these sci-fi guys that, they're all human. They're all humans, and they're all in starships, and they're going around the universe against bad guys, and there's a ship gimmick and whatever. But out of nowhere, there's just Fox McCloud in there as well from Star Fox, and he just
that's separate.
Know. It feels like having Star Fox inside Destiny.
Hold up. Starfield, Bethesda, and Starlink at Ubisoft are two very different things.
Oh, I messed up completely. I
don't blame you.
Everything I said.
I don't blame you. They're very similar names.
I don't know what Starfield is at all.
They didn't show anything. It's going to be like Fallout and like Skyrim, but in space. So.
Everything I said was concerning Starfield.
Starlink. You were
Starlink. I don't know. Star something. We already have Star Wars. Get more creative with your names.
Also, apparently, according to BioNight, the Skyrim Alexa thing is actually real, and I looked it up. It's real.
What?
They've
Alright.
actually made a Skyrim game for Amazon Echo.
That seems so convoluted and a lot of work just for novelty. Because like I don't feel like someone's gonna be very passionate about doing that. They'll just buy it for the memeage. I don't know.
Probably. I wish Var was here to talk about Fallout 76. It's essentially
Yeah,
an
he's gonna
online.
be here. Whatever.
It's an online cooperative Fallout game where you can like team up with people and go across the world and do RPG stuff and also fight over nuclear codes and nuke areas of the world. A lot of people are upset because it's turned a traditional single-player RPG into an online multiplayer game, but
Which a lot of people have been turned off by. Yeah.
It's understandable.
it's understandable. I sympathize. At the same time, I have a lot of respect for. I have a lot of respect for originality, and they literally just did a new Fallout game like 2 years ago. So it's not like they've abandoned the franchise and turned it into
Yeah,
only
but they
online.
could still make a good new Fallout game.
You can play single player, as Kazapar says, and you are correct in that. You're never forced to interact with anyone. However, the key distinction between that is it's still always online, even
Oh,
if you choose to play it single player. So for people that
That was
don't have an
one of
internet
the-
connection,
that was
yeah.
one of the pure things about Fallout is that it was one of those few games still there where you didn't need to be always online.
Mhm. So I respect the controversy. I respect it's not everyone's cup of tea. For me, though, and for Var as well, it looks 100% like our cup of tea. So you can guarantee
Yeah.
that we'll be playing it.
No, I think it actually looked fantastic. I do not think that I will be getting it. But
Come on, LJ, join the crew.
I think
Not
that it's a
game.
really good idea because I can't stand single player games. Like I try to play them, I really do. Like I'm currently working my way through Zelda Breath of the Wild, but I play games to socialize and play with people. So
What's the last good single player experience that you got?
oh boy, that's a great question.
Mass Effect or something.
No, it wasn't even Mass Effect. Probably, if I had to say, Bionicle Heroes.
All right, last one that wasn't Bionicle Heroes, a game that people actually play.
Bionicle the game.
All right, let's not go into this rabbit
Sorry,
hole.
no,
All right.
correction. Quest for the Toa on the Game Boy Advance.
All right, you're done.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna do something. I don't know why.
So that's essentially Bethesda. It was a good conference. It really picked up after the start, and they really got into the meat of things. Announcing Elder Scrolls 6 is tricky because I respect that they're actually saying, hey, we're making it. But at the same time, they pretty much said it's coming after Starfield, and Starfield already is supposed to be a next-gen title with no release date. So realistically, how many
Wait,
years are we going to be
after-
waiting?
After PS4 and Xbox One, basically.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
And then Elder Scrolls 6 is coming after that. So...
Can they do that though?
An entire generation of console without an Elder Scrolls game.
But we got the Skyrim port.
Oh yeah. I mean, Kingdom Hearts didn't have a game
But
on
Elder
PS3,
Scrolls
but
Online
that's a
too,
different
I
cup of tea.
guess.
But
So
I mean,
how many years are we realistically going to be waiting for Elder Scrolls 6 info? I acknowledge it's a no-win situation for them. Could be
12
announce it
years.
so the fans know it's coming, or just not announce it. But it's
12
there's
years.
negatives.
that's my guess.
12 years.
12 years
fine.
from now, I'm gonna go back to this episode.
When the
Check.
sea dries up, and they've
But
they've imported Skyrim on the calculator. That's when we're getting it.
nice. But
Yes.
I mean, that's how weird is this as a concept, though? Here's a game. It looks really cool, but it comes out for a gaming machine that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
That's a bit weird. That does not sound promising. And that was it was Star what?
Starfield.
Okay. Well, don't know.
Who?
It doesn't have Star Fox though.
No, it's not.
There's
No
that.
Starbucks.
Yep.
Before we move on to Ubisoft, I just want to briefly call attention to two of the smaller scale conferences, the PC Gaming Show and Devolver Digital. PC Gaming Show was actually a really good conference. Was there anything shown in it that gripped me personally? No. It was a bunch of smaller scale PC titles that I believe would be fun, but there was nothing particularly heavy hitting that interested me. But I got to give credit where credit's due. The presenters they brought on to do the thing were very charismatic, and they kept up a constant flow of information and footage, and it never got boring, even though none of what they showed really made me go, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's commendable as far as the presentation goes.
I would agree. I will. Hey, Takuma, can you come over here and talk about the PC Gaming Show? Hey everyone, I'm Takuma, and oh my gosh, did you guys see it? What's the game called? I forget what the game is called. The mainframe one.
Oh my god.
Sword frame.
Warframe.
Warframe. That was close. Man, Warframe is the bee's knees, and it's the best thing, and they had it there, and it was fantastic, and man, I'm old. Thanks, Takuma. Continue.
I like pizza and exercise balls.
Incredible. I'm sure he'll listen to that and be very offended.
I hope
absolutely
so.
Love LJ.
He's been a meanie bobini for the last a long time.
And anyway, the other thing, Devolver Digital, they just put on like a meme conference, and it was absolutely hilarious. 2 years in a row.
Crud. That has got to
So funny.
one of the funniest conferences I have ever seen. But the thing is, they actually had good games. Like they had that one.
My friend Pedro.
Yeah, that was incredible.
I have to get my friend Pedro. I do. I really do. The best way I could describe it, it was like graceful murder with a banana. The tagline, blood, bullets, bananas. And just, if you haven't seen the trailer, you owe it to yourself to watch it.
I think I might have to see that afterwards.
All right, we'll sync view it or something. So they were really funny. Props to them. All right, guys, we got 3 more to go through.
Let's do it.
Ubisoft.
Man.
They had started
That's
off
what
with
I'm just
Beyond Good and Evil 2,
Meh.
which is the game that Takuma was really looking forward to, and then it's turned into nothing like he ever wanted it to be. So he's not looking forward to it any longer.
It's such an old IP. It was like PlayStation 1, I think, or 2. I think it was 2.
1. I could be wrong. I don't know. They
But-
did a really weird thing in the trailer because the protagonist of the first game was named Jade, and in the trailer, a person showed up, this evil person, and they were like, "Jade, it's you!" So everyone was like, "Whoa, this is a sequel after all. They've told us it was a prequel before, but they must be lying." And then at the end, they were like, "Oh no, it's still a prequel." And people were like, "Oh," but. So I guess before she was in the first game, she was evil and like a warlord, even though she was supposedly just a kid. I don't know how that works. I've never played it, but I think that game being a prequel after being waited for so long was not the right move to go.
No.
The fact that it has online components as well, it's rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. Takuma's distraught about it, so I feel bad for him.
Still feels really. Still is something though, because like I haven't had a new Rayman game, in a while. That's
and
like,
the cinematics did look quite incredible. I will say
Yeah.
that.
But other than that, I'm not too attached to Beyond Good and Evil. I'm just kind of interested. So, yeah, looks
This
neat.
mic is making a buzzing noise. Oh, there we go. It's gone.
Nice.
Ubisoft opened with the amazing dancing panda, and they were essentially promoting just dance by having a prolonged sequence where this person in a panda suit just danced up and down the aisles, and they danced in the stage, and they danced
It
on
was-
the
it was
in
bad.
the aisles.
It was really
They danced
bad.
in the crowds, and they danced at the doors, and they dance, gotta just dance, and it was quite
A lot of
incredible.
dancing.
A
A lot of dancing.
It was pretty egregious. The only reason I let them off the hook is because that's obviously a mascot. Otherwise, that was terrible. Ubisoft had a meh conference overall.
I thought it was fine. There wasn't a lot of cringy stuff, but I realized afterwards that the cringy stuff was what gave Ubisoft a lot of personality, and aside from the panda, they didn't really have any of it. Like Aisha Tyler wasn't there for the first time in I don't know how many years, and I actually missed her. She had charisma.
That's
The
bad.
whole panda dancing thing, didn't they have like Jason Derulo a couple of years ago?
Yes,
Like,
they
Jason
did.
Derulo.
Jason Derulo.
The guy who says his own name at the beginning of every song. Yeah, Jason Derulo.
Yeah. So I mean, they cut out a lot of that stuff, but at the same time, it was very forgettable. Like they showed Skull and Bones, which is that like Black Flag pirate game, which looked incredible.
Arr.
Because like the last big pirate game that came out was very successful. Yay!
Let's not talk about Sea of Thieves. Starlink Battle for Atlas, which is what X was referring to with the Star Fox crossover.
Yeah, just go back to where I talked about that and just pretend that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying right now, and there you go.
For Honor, after a disastrous launch where nobody
Oh,
could play their
boy.
game because all the servers sucked, they're on
They
a redemption
boycotted
tour.
it.
And they're like, we got dedicated servers, boys. We got new DLC, and to prove it to you, we're making the first game free on PC. And you know what? It worked. 'cause
Yikes.
Oh, wow,
I'm going.
yeah.
I've downloaded.
Yeah, no, I downloaded it too. Had it for, a full day, and nobody's played it with me.
You realize it's not like a week, and then it's gone, right? We get to keep it, right?
Yeah, I realize. I'm just waiting to play it.
No rush,
Wait.
dude. No rushing.
Wait, is the thing still up? Can you still get it for free?
On PC, yes.
Oh, I might just grab it then. Is it like
You play.
is it like a Steam thing?
You play.
So you play. Oh,
Separate launcher, yeah.
it's like Origin, and that like it's terrible probably.
I haven't had many issues with Uplay, admittedly.
Okay, that's
I
good.
do.
That's good. But yeah, really hard to boycott a game when they make it free for everyone.
Yeah.
So it's a good move. I
They-
will respect them.
The Trials franchise has a new game, and they showed this guy just come in, like, yeah, we're gonna put this, and then he just like crashed into a podium and split it into a billion pieces, which was grade A comedy. I will give them that. It was
Physical
quite funny.
furniture humor is always some of the best.
Yep. And then, second biggest thing, they showed a big CG and story trailer, and then at the Xbox conference, they had showed a gameplay demo for The Division 2.
Man.
So here's the thing with The
Eight-man raids.
Division.
8-man raids. That's it. That's the only thing that's interesting that comes out of that Division 2.
Here's the thing with Division 2. It's another one of those games where it started off terribly. It was barely functional. But a small group of people stuck with it. And so, over the years, it was like a Cinderella story where they patched it and they revamped it and they did all this crazy stuff. And nowadays, it's beloved. People love The Division. But do they love it enough to subscribe to a sequel? I don't know, because I'll be honest, the gameplay they showed looked
not
pretty
bad.
much identical. If you like
Yeah.
that style
Yeah.
of gameplay, you'll probably like the sequel, and if you don't, then you won't. That's
I'm getting
basically
a
how-
Destiny 1 to Destiny 2 type thing here with the Division. Very much so.
So long as they
Yeah.
keep all of the advancements that they've made to the Division over the 2 years instead of reverting them all like Destiny 2 did. it
Yeah,
might
I really
still
hope
be good.
that's the one thing I'm hoping for, that you actually get the changes to the game at launch. That would be great.
Yeah.
The one goodwill thing they mentioned that was a direct shot towards Destiny was, hey, we're going to have a full year of free DLC.
Ha.
Versus Destiny, which charges tons for their DLC.
Get
Yeah,
wrecked.
we'll get to that. We'll get into that. We'll get the pitchforks
Also-
ready for that one.
Also,
I hope so.
oh boy, I can't wait to complete a whole mission and my loot be a hat.
They changed that so long ago now. Like they
But
the
it
loot
was there
system-
at one point.
Oh yeah, but like the loot
Save
system in the
civilian and they
Division,
give me their coat.
the Division loot system is genius because they made it so that anything can drop from anywhere. But if you want a specific thing, you can go somewhere and grind for it, and that is incredible. I wish
I don't even know that.
that's a cool thing that they did, and it just makes so that anything you do in the Division is profitable from a gear standpoint, because anything that you do can end up you getting that super cool thing that no one else has.
Wow.
Among your friends, that is. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I want to see what they do. There's still so many things with the Division though that I do not like, which prevents me from dedicating. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, it was
Eight-man
interesting.
raids. Yeah,
Eight-man raids.
I want more people on the
And then the
Looney
new
Tunes
Assassin's Creed, which, much like the other games, Var would be the guy to talk about that.
Who?
Var.
Who?
Purple, get a hold of Var. You're still here, right? Where the heck's Var?
He's probably asleep, to be honest.
No,
He
he's
hasn't
gonna be
responded to any of my
here whenever.
messages
He
today,
said that.
so-
He's gonna be here whenever. I don't know when that is.
He
but
said,
he's
I'm going to be free at 8:30. And we're like, cool. Well,
Yep.
it's
Oh,
9:15.
I hope he didn't die. That'd suck.
That would suck.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't
thank
wish
you.
for it to die.
Also, thank you, Purple,
Purple.
for talking some more to validate my having your image in the video.
You're welcome, I guess.
Why is
Thank
Vars?
you.
Oh, he's gone now. Good. Thanks.
I went ahead. I just replaced Purple. I replaced Vars with Purples. So Mesa, when you do the
Good call.
the hosts in the TTV episode in the description that I use for my brilliant list, just annex Var, but have Purple in there.
So, which will be done.
Nice.
So this is Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and apparently it's like just like the last game, Assassin's Creed Origin. It's essentially just that, but in ancient Greece, and they have like
Yippee.
Spartans and stuff, and it looks really cool. It's more
And
of an
you can
RPG
have
now.
relationships in that Assassin's Creed with
You
the
can.
same gender as you.
There's like character customization. There's like dialogue trees. There's like relationships. So essentially, they're going full on RPG, full on like Mass Effect vibes from this, which is an interesting route for the series to go. I never expected they'd go that direction, but it's not unwelcome. I like this style of games. So
Yeah.
Watch
Bravo.
out.
And all the choices regarding stuff fits within the setting. Which
I
is
have zero interest in this franchise.
good for
Yeah,
you.
it's-
I
it's a
actually
weird-
pick up the Assassin's Creed games again now that they've gotten. I need to watch. I need to play Black Flag, Origins, and now this new one.
That definitely sounds like the greatest hits to pick up from the
The
modern
whole
era.
thing about Assassin's Creed is that you're this lone assassin rogue dude, but it doesn't. But there's like a million of these rogue assassin people, so it just. I don't know. Assassin's Creed is weird. They pump them out. So many.
There's like a whole society of assassins. There's not.
One
just
day we'll
one.
get movement in the real life story. One day.
No.
That was good stuff. Wait, what, Fwef?
So then, like, you get to build your own one in Brotherhood. The Assassin's Guild or whatever. They like have a kind of society.
Oh yeah, I know that. And there's like a guy that's like from the future. And they do like this weird technology thing. I don't know if they go inside his mind and stuff. Is that
Yeah,
am
it's
I
like
correct here?
it's his ancestors. I believe all the
Yeah,
assassin
yeah.
characters are the person's
But it's
ancestors.
still
I think they got rid of that.
did
maybe?
they retcon? I don't know, but it
Did he
just
say they were getting rid of it? I don't. I
They
don't
might
know.
have. You might be right. I don't follow the franchise. So
I don't know,
Wes
it's
They
just
pretty
says
much like
yes.
explored it to the point where it's like pretty much repetitive. being around,
formulaic.
really. Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah,
Let's talk about the last major
Assassin's Creed
conference.
games do.
Sony. And Sony was bizarre. As someone who does
Do you
not
guys
have
like
PS4, but believes that for the last like 5 years, Sony has handedly won E3 almost every year, like solidly. They always have the greatest presentation values. They always have. Also, for people in the chat, the last major press conference Nintendo was barely a conference, but we'll get to that. Sony, I feel like they flubbed it this year. I feel like their own attempt
I feel like they
to
tried
show
too hard.
off finally came back to bite them. Because they had this whole presentation for The Last of Us 2 where they put everyone in a barn
everybody.
and they said, all right, so here we go. It's banjo time, and it's Banjo-Kazooie. No, it's not Banjo-Kazooie. It's just a guy with a banjo. And he played the banjo for like 4 minutes, and I was like, wow, this is awesome.
it was really weird. They were really big on instruments this year. They even had a flute guy as well.
But it-
Well, this epic
wasn't the
banjo
banjo
playing.
supposed to introduce like the music that was in the background of the cutscene of The Last of Us 2?
Yeah, and that would have been cool if they had just done it that way.
I mean, yeah, and then the flute was used to introduce the culture of where the
Ghosts of
next game was being
Tsushima,
set.
yes. And the area they were in was the barn from The Last of Us 2, and I respect that from a production value point, except it felt a little pretentious because they showed the
It's just
gameplay
a
demo
barn.
for The Last of Us 2, And it looked cool. It was very interesting, very visceral, very choreographed. So the main question is, was that scripted or not? I think a little mix of both. I think if you're really good at the game, you can play it like it was in the gameplay demo, but you have to be like super proficient.
I don't think you can ever replicate that what you saw in that demo at all, because it just feels so like unique. Every single, like, so many actions, so many animations from these characters. Like, so much of this just gonna feel like such a downgrade, I feel, because there's no way they're gonna have this wide variety of so many different animations that they can make every single combat instance feel like we saw in that trailer. And it just,
They did that.
I don't like when they
Last of
make
Us
it
as well.
look so choreographed, and it just felt gimmicky.
It was very intense and very brutal, but I'm just skeptical that would be the game that it would play. But most definitely, it was
really
impressive.
low.
Or are you really loud?
No, you talked over her as well.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Fluffy, please speak.
I thought that The Last of Us was the best part of Sony's.
I'm inclined to agree. It was definitely up there. I'm just skeptical. I always have like one foot out the door.
I think it's going to be amazing. Probably.
Beautiful.
Because what they did afterwards, when they showed The Last of Us, they were like, after the trailer, it immediately cut to like a talking head panel. And they were like, all right, so that was The Last of Us 2. Well, they just need some time to get everyone cleared out. So we're going to talk to you about stuff. And I was like, wait, what? Is the conference over? But no, they just had to change venues. And they said...
Yeah.
What?
Felt like the whole barn thing was unnecessary because like it wasted time. You could have just had the banjo playing and then like have the cutscene over the top, and it still would have added.
It was ridiculously unnecessary.
Having all that other stuff and moving all the people out and wasting 10 minutes.
Because the people were like, so what do you want to hear after The Last of Us 2? Let's talk about Black Ops 4. But are we going to show you any gameplay from Call of Duty Black Ops 4? Ha ha! No, we're just going to show you 4 remastered maps from Black Ops 1 and then cut the stream. So that was a weird way to kill time. But eventually they went back and they had a new venue. And you're right, it was the flute guy. And he was introducing Ghosts of Tsushima. And the flute was really weird. It was like...
You went pretty hard on that flute.
It was super weird and not how I would imagine a flute to sound.
I have no
And then
vested
he did, like,
interest.
a bow thing. I don't know.
There was nothing that caught my eye at Sony's conference pretty much at all. It was awkwardly handled. I didn't like how it was done pretty much at all. I didn't like... I don't want to say I didn't like any of the games they showed, but none of them were interesting to me. Pretty much.
Spider-Man?
Well, okay, fair enough. Forgot they had that. Spider-Man was good. Everything else...
Got him!
Spider-Man was fantastic, but everything else to me was just very meh. No interest, no real care. Even Last of Us. I don't really care about Last of Us.
AT says it was a shakuhachi, and I'm like, fair enough.
Yeah.
Aya the Wolf says someone needs to take that footage of Mesa mocking the flute and play it over Lee Koro partying, and I agree. Do it. So they showed the game Ghosts of Tsushima, and again, very choreographed, very scripted, difficult to get a read on it, but it looked ridiculously impressive graphically. Ridiculously. The scenery, the landscaping, it was grade A stuff. If the game looked anything like that, it'll be awesome.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it seemed to look too good to the
like
point
Watch
where
Dogs.
I just feel like it won't be this good when it comes out. I don't want me to be a negative Nancy on that point, but if they do, I will be very impressed. But it looked amazing. Like the
I feel like
aesthetics.
Watch Dogs is probably a good comparison for
I was about to say Watch Dogs is like a identical example of that, where it's like, man, this game looks so good. Look, the water even reflects like on the path, like it does in real life, and then you play the actual game and there's just nothing.
Yeah.
So it's understandable being skeptical because it's all basically half the stuff they show at these conferences is scripted.
Yeah,
More than like fair enough reason to be skeptical.
pretty much.
Game.
They showed a new game by Remedy, the people who made Alan Wake and Quantum Break.
Alan.
And this new game is called Control. And that was basically all they showed. It's called Control. They were very vague.
Control.
Resident Evil 2 is getting a remaster, and it looked pretty neat. But again,
It looked really good.
That's basically all they showed. It's Resident Evil 2, and it's getting a remaster. Death Stranding.
Oh.
Kojima's like acid trip of a video game.
All right.
This was the first year I actually felt like I learned something about what it
Really?
was going
Yeah.
to
Did
be.
you? Because I didn't.
I feel like because Death Stranding has been like this huge hype machine for people who just follow Kojima, and his crazy antics, and we've just had so many weird stuff happening in these trailers. Any info that we've had is confusing, and then we finally see gameplay, and it's just a guy carrying something and then putting it somewhere else. That's it.
Illustrious Var has joined the battle.
Hello.
Oh my
It may seem a little lackluster in terms of gameplay, but I will say it gave us a bit of hints towards the story, which is something that I've been more interested in, to
I'm
be honest.
interested in as well.
Great.
And it seemed... Haha. It seems like it's some kind of, at least the backstory, some kind of super space odyssey delivery postal service. And the package is the baby, so you gotta deliver that baby somewhere, and that's a whole thing. And then I guess there's some crazy monsters trying to
In
get
the
the baby.
daylight, the monsters turn invisible, I think, was what they
Yeah.
were showing. And they're, like,
Yeah.
creeping around. Something about time, like, if they touch you,
Um,
they'll fast-forward you.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned.
And we do
That's
know
like-
that gameplay seems very similar to Metal Gear 5, so solid vibe.
Mhm.
In
Are
terms
they-
of at
they-
least like the graphics and sneaking around and stuff. So it looks really cool.
These,
Most-
like,
Nice.
weird, they have these like weird umbilical cords like going up to the sky, which we'd seen like a little bit beforehand. But it just kind of like it makes when I see the title now, it just reminds me of like these old creepy things dangling down.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very impressive demo. I'm really looking forward to seeing more of what that is. Other than that, they showed Neo 2, which is essentially like, I believe, Asian-inspired Dark Souls, basically. And I'm hyped to see more of that. They showed a prolonged demo for Spider-Man.
Spider-Man looks great.
Oh, that was so
Spider-Man
good.
looks I feel that... Yes, hi, X. Stop typing so loud at whoever's dumb enough. That was me. My keyboard's right.
Oh, you're the dumb one?
Dumb
Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Starfield, Starlink, Star Fox, Star Wars, Star Trek, Star Explorer, Star.
My
Star
goodness.
Stars typing.
You're just going in.
Mhm.
Anyway, so how's it going, guys?
Thanks,
Battle
Mark.
Royale
What were we
Battle
talking
Royale
about?
keyboard.
was my joke.
Thank
I
you,
get
Fluff.
it. You guys are hilarious. What were we talking about?
Dude, I think I'm pretty funny, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Neo,
Spider-Man is essentially like Batman Arkham, but with Spider-Man, and
Yeah.
it looked very, very good.
Much,
it
yeah.
looked really good. I saw a lot of people commenting about how like the fighting systems like Batman, as though that's a bad thing. And I'm just like confused.
It's such
'cause,
a
like,
good thing.
It's literally what every
I also-
person has asked for forever.
Yeah, I also love the Batman games. You can like click one button and then you just do that 50 times, and then that's how you win every engagement. It's great.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like it's actually like handled well too, because like the other Spider-Man games made by Beanox tried to do something similar to that, but those games are like really unpolished and kind of cruddy. So it's good that we finally get the system in a game that actually looks good. So
But is
That's
it going to
for
be
sure.
better than that Spider-Man game we played the last break fair?
Oh, yes.
nothing will ever be better than Spider-Man, the game, PS1 exclusive.
Okay.
I mean,
Better
listen,
than
if-
the Spider-Man 2 Italian pizza soundtrack.
If they keep Monster Rock out of it, then it'll be good.
Dude, that game literally.
What
That game
happened?
literally gave me like not even nightmares. I couldn't sleep because I could not stop thinking about that freaking theme song. It was stuck in my head as a kid. It was great.
That's great. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Incredible.
Sony, they had Spider-Man and weird flutes and banjos and
Yeah.
girls doing stuff. And then
There's essentially one more thing they showed at the conference, and that was Destiny. But before we talk about that,
Oh, here we go.
I want to field it to VAR before we talk about that.
Elder Scrolls VAR! Elder Scrolls!
There were a few games that I've like kept a list of that I wanted you to comment on because I feel you had
Okay.
you could have some interesting thoughts to say.
Kingdom Hearts!
Kingdom Hearts, Fallout 76, and the awesome adventures of Captain Spirit. Go.
Okay. Kingdom Hearts looks cool. A lot of awesome stuff. Aqua got Norded. That's the worst part.
Yeah, I was
also-
going to ask you about Aqua.
But also the best part.
Apparently X likes
Kingdom-
Kingdom Hearts too.
Wait, X likes what?
Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, you liked it? Okay, cool. I mean,
No,
what's
like-
not to like?
In general, like the series, I don't know this game. I haven't played it yet.
You can
But
talk
I
to
like
X
what we
about
s-
the series. Have discussions.
Kingdom Hearts is really cool, right, X?
I like Kingdom Hearts. I like the convoluted, messed up story and Disney characters.
I
and
saw a
RPG
great-
elements.
I saw a great theory about how like the Master of Masters is probably Xehanort, but in like
Dude,
it's so
The
convoluted.
theories are so crazy right now.
It was
for
so
what we've
ridiculous.
seen, and it's just
It's like it's set up like Xehanort went to the past. Well, no. Okay, so we got Xehanort, young Xehanort, grew up, became evil Xehanort, Master Xehanort, but then Xehanort continues to be Master Xehanort into the future, and then we got future Master Xehanort who goes back into the past to become the Master of Masters and becomes an apprentice and gets an apprentice, and his apprentice happens to be young Xehanort, and he gets young Xehanort to go into the present so that he can deliver the Keyblade with the eye, his eye, so that the eye of Master Xehanort, Master of Master Xehanort, can watch the Keyblade War where Master Xehanort goes and fights all the other Keyblade wielders. So it's like this big time loop of Xehanort going back into the past to go to the future to go to the present so that Xehanort can exist.
Xehanort
this-
is a stupid villain because of the time stuff he started doing, and what Bart just said, that's what happened.
Is
That
that how it sounds whenever I talk about the Bionicle storyline? Like
No,
the people.
it doesn't.
Sometimes.
It doesn't. Nothing will ever sound like Kingdom Hearts lore because it is that crazy.
Good. I never want to
There's
sound
like
that.
5 Xehanorts in existence right now, and like if you watch the freaking trailer, there's 2 of them right there, like next to each other, just talking, like hanging out, and it's like, all right, I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Yeah. Even like the tiniest bit of grasp that I had on the Kingdom Hearts story was just absolutely demolished by the little that we saw, and I just want to play it, to be honest, and I just want to.
Yeah, it just looks fun.
Get in
It looks
there.
like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looks fun and it looks good as well. Like Meso said, Pirates of the Caribbean level looked like it was from a film. So.
Yeah, it looked great. I was honestly really impressed with the Pirates of the Caribbean trailer because like when it started, I thought it was just like a clip from the movie, and I was like, oh, this is gameplay. Okay, cool. So it's really awesome.
Fallout 76. Are you a fan? Or
Yeah, I think Fallout 76 looks awesome. I'm totally down for it. Fallout was like always one of those games where I'm like, I kind of wish I could play this with friends or something because it'd be fun.
You had this one concern, which was that it didn't look like it was ruined enough because it was supposed to be right after.
Yeah,
the
but then they
nuclear
like
fallout,
they
and
immediately
then-
like made that better. So
Because you can actually fire the nukes.
yeah, exactly. I was like, I was worried because like the game takes place like 20 years after the bombs fell, so you would think it would look worse than Fallout 3, which looks like awful. But it's like
Pretty
this
much.
nice, pristine, pretty place. But then it's like, oh, well, they did that so you can drop bombs yourself, so that you can make it the wasteland that you thought it would be. So I'm like, all right.
Back in my day, you got 25 kills to get a nuke.
Nice high five, X.
Oh my
boy!
gosh, X, you just posted the greatest picture ever. I love that.
Right?
That's
Finally
amazing.
have someone to share it with.
All the Xehanorts, look at them. Aren't they
Xehanort.
adorable?
All of the Xehanorts.
So you got young Xehanort on the top,
No.
you've got Ansem Xehanort on the right, then you've
No.
got Xemnas, I think, on the left. Yeah, that's
No.
Xemnas, and then like
That's Xemnas.
Master Xehanort, and then center.
No,
Gosh golly.
I can't handle
That's
it
only
anymore.
like I feel like there's like 3 other Xehanorts not even in this picture.
This name.
Oh yeah,
I hate it now.
There's
How do
probably
you
going to
spell
be
it,
more
like,
with
is it-
Kingdom
is it-
Hearts 3 as well.
Is it Xehanort? Like Zehanort?
Yeah, Xena.
I'll just put it in the chat.
Xehanort. Yeah, that's how.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
I can't believe it got
Incredible.
worse. I didn't think it could get worse
Yeah.
after hearing it ad nauseum so much, but then I saw how it's spelled, and
But then you've got like Norded
No.
Aqua.
No.
So now Aqua has been Norded. She's being controlled by Xehanort. So now you've got
Norded.
Aqua Xehanort.
How do you feel about that about Aqua? Do you think that's cool?
I think it's cool. I mean,
Okay.
I'll be honest. I haven't played Birth by Sleep, which is like a big deal, and I know it is. And I'm sure all the Kingdom Hearts fans are gonna be like they want to kill me or something because like it's got Aqua, Best Girl, and then like Terra and what's his face, Ventus. But like, so I'm not too attached to these characters just yet. But it's cool to see them, and I'm definitely gonna have to play Birth by Sleep. I've started playing Birth by Sleep, so we'll get there.
Yeah.
But
All right.
anyway,
And then
Fallout 76 was cool.
lastly, you're a Life is Strange fan. What'd you make of the new game in the series? Or in the universe, I guess.
It's not the next Life is Strange though. It's just
Yeah.
like
It's a new
it's like
game
a
in the
prequel.
universe.
It's like a little like teaser, little appetizer.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks neat. I don't really have any opinions on it yet until I get to play it. I don't know how it ties into the story or anything, so that'll be the main thing.
I really
Alright.
hope there's like a very subtle nod to the first Life is Strange somehow. To like tie
Yeah,
it
I'm sure
together.
it's going to tie. It's going to tie together somehow. But I like that it's anthology because I couldn't imagine a way that they could make Life is Strange continue because like the first
Nope.
Life is Strange wrapped up very nicely. So to me, the best way to continue the franchise is to make an anthology, make like a new like Life is Strange 2 needs to be about a new character, a new person with powers in this crazy world that we live in, and that I'm glad that it looks like that's what they're doing. So I'm down for that.
So get this. Apparently, Kingdom Hearts 3 will include a story summary video to recap the events of every previous entry in the
Good
series.
luck with making a coherent movie.
That video is
that'll
going
be
to
so
be
long.
like it's going to be like 3 hours long.
It's going to
Yeah.
be a recap video broken into 5 videos / episodes. It's a
you can
few
buy-
hours long!
Yeah, it's like
There you go.
currently right now you can buy like I think 2 or 3 games where you get like all of the games, and then some of those games is literally just all the cutscenes from a different game made as like a coherent
As like a
movie.
coherent thing. Mhm.
Yes. So like yeah, there's a huge dedication to Kingdom Hearts lore.
Listen,
Um,
right now is the best time to become a Kingdom Hearts fan. You want to know why? Because if you were me back in the day when you got Kingdom Hearts 2 and didn't have a freaking DS, or not DS, a Game Boy, and you had no clue what was going on because you didn't play Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories and you had like no idea that was meant to be like a main story entry, and you start Kingdom Hearts 2 and you're completely lost and you're wondering why the heck am I playing as Noctis and will I ever get to play as Sora ever again?
Noctis.
Not?
Noctis, not Roxas.
Purple comes in for Noctis!
All these Japanese names. Anyway, Roxas.
It's not even Japanese, it's like Latin.
You're not even Japanese. You're Latin.
Purple, when
I'm
did you
neither
become
of
the
those.
expert in names?
yeah,
I
do you,
mean-
what did you think of Roxas Purple? Did you like Roxas?
She doesn't even know Roxas yet.
okay.
I
Did you
I
like
know who
Roxas,
Roxas is.
You know who he is, but you don't know Roxas.
He's like part of Sora or something, and when Sora woke up, Roxas like died, and it really ticked me off because Roxas was like my favorite character.
Alright, spoiler for Kingdom Hearts 2, if you haven't played it.
Oh, that was in the second game? I thought it was in
Yep.
the
No,
freaking
Roxas didn't
3,
exist
5,
until Kingdom Hearts
whatever
2.
days over
Well,
two.
no,
Who
the three-
names that?
385 days over 2 is like, I think that's right. I think I got that right. Anyway,
That's the best
that's
name
like an
ever.
origin story for Roxas.
And it's something.
Yeah. But Roxas was introduced in Kingdom Hearts 2. And it was really
I
confusing.
can't wait to watch a movie that's gonna try to make people understand. That is the hardest job in the world. Is
It's
to
gotten
make
to a point-
coherent-
It's gotten to the point where I don't even know like how you should approach the franchise. Like I don't know what game you should play and in what order you should do
Yeah,
it.
I'm completely lost because I know there's like videos out there where they like try to lay it out for you, but those are those are long videos. There's so much.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Alright.
Oh.
Well, fair
What other game did you want me to talk about? I think
No,
that's all.
that was all. Life is
Okay.
Strange. Like, if there's anything else that you wanted to talk about, otherwise, we're about to talk about Destiny and then talk about Nintendo and then end. So if you have anything you'd like to talk about, now's the
Oh my
time.
gosh, you're about to talk about all the things I do not care
Exactly.
about
You
at
picked
all.
a quite bad time to join
So can
in.
I just leave? Can I just go?
Yes, you can go, actually, if you want.
Okay,
But-
cool.
But before you
Wait,
go,
wait, before you
tell
go,
us
before
if
you
you have
go.
any thoughts on anything else.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have.
Elder Scrolls? Question
Elder
mark?
Scrolls is cool. I mean, like, it's gonna be. My thoughts on Elder Scrolls is that I feel like Skyrim did a really good job of introducing a mechanic that made that game feel special and unique, and that was the whole dragon thing, where it didn't. Like, obviously, it was an Elder Scrolls continuation and everything, but like, it felt like its own contained thing because
Yeah.
of that. So I'm really curious to see what they're going to do with 6 because. Without dragons, I mean, I guess they could do dragons still, but it would just feel derivative. I want to know what they're going to do to make that game its own thing. 'Cause so far, every Elder Scrolls game has had its own sort of unique thing. You know, like the arena thing. Oblivion had like the warp, Oblivion portal things, and the other world, and all that stuff. That was cool. And it's dragons. You know, all that stuff is unique, specific to the game. So I want to know what they're going to do, and I'm not going to know that for a very long time because they only
Yeah,
just
12
gave
years.
us a logo.
That's my guess.
Yeah, probably. Probably. Honestly.
Mark, do you care about Cyberpunk 2077 at all?
Yeah, it looks really cool. I'm excited for that. I don't know anything about it other than the trailer and that it's been in development
It's going to
for
be
forever.
first person.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
And people, the few people that actually got behind it loved that it was first person just because it made it was one of those few like open worlds that just felt really alive because you were just so close
Immersed.
up and personal. Yeah. And I really want that image in my life of just playing a video game where you're like immersed in this crazy sci-fi world and you're just in first person right there.
Mm.
You know,
That
that
sounds cool.
sounds like a promising premise for me. Just
Cyberpunk VR or bust.
Probably. Yeah, that looks really cool. I'm excited to see more gameplay for it, or gameplay at all for it. So that'll be cool. It was really cool seeing Last of Us 2. Our funky murderous lesbian out killing people was fun to watch. I like that. Ooh.
I think there's
What
been a
else is there?
request for you to talk about Jump Force like 9 times in the chat.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything to say about it. I don't know what they want me to say. It's Jump Force. Like
Fair.
it's a fighting game with a bunch of cool anime characters, and I'm sure it'll be really fun. I mean, okay, so I didn't ask what characters do I want to see in it, but I already got my characters. Like I already got Naruto and Sasuke, and that's all I want. So,
are
Nice.
you that basic in the anime?
dude,
world?
I am that basic. How about
Wow.
you shut up? Okay. Who do you want in it then? Let me hear your freaking.
I want
options.
the lab coat guy from Steins Gate. He's hilarious.
All right, so is that a Sean and Jump thing though?
What's a Sean and Jump?
And see, this is why this is stupid. This is why this hypothetical is a dumb conversation. It's called Jump Force, dude. Sean and Jump manga. That's
Who's
like
Sean?
Sean's jumping.
I hope they add Yu-Gi-Oh. That'll be cool. Yami Yugi. That
I want to fight these guys.
he'll throw a
Games on
card at
motorcycles.
people. Like Light will just write down someone's name, and that'll be it. And just get punched and die.
Oh, Shonen, not. I'm sorry.
okay.
Can
Whatever,
we
dude.
just?
Whatever.
Can we just fire me? Can we just
Well, I
destroy
mean,
me and
Light
incinerator?
can just write down their names and kill them all. So
I'm thinking how he's gonna work is at the start of the match he writes down a name and then he has to survive for like 40 seconds or however long it takes for that to take effect. And if he gets killed before then, it gets nullified. That's how I think that will work.
I don't. I think it's just gonna be Ryuk who's gonna be fighting, and it's just gonna be like Light there. It's gonna basically look like all the heroes from not heroes, but like the guys from JoJo's, where you've got like the dude, but then you've got like the I don't even know. I've never seen JoJo, but
Stance.
like the stance, yeah, the stance, like doing all the punching and stuff behind them.
Or
That's what it's gonna be
stands.
like.
Not stands, but yeah.
It's gonna be anime as frogs.
I'm pretty sure that's what it's gonna be like. So
All right. Well, thank you, guest commentator, illustrious VAR, for
Yeah.
joining us today.
E3
No, oh, wait.
is terrible. It sucks. I hate it. Video games are awful. Nintendo is the worst thing ever. It's just propaganda. I want you all to die.
Uh-huh.
All right, bye, everyone.
Bar.
See ya, Var. Let's
If
play
you like
for
Nintendo, you're trash.
Let's play For Honor
No,
later,
listen,
buddy.
Tavar, have your opinion.
No, you're not allowed to have an opinion, especially if it's a trash one.
Let's play.
Super
Yes,
Smash
you
is
are.
awful.
Just go to
Worst game
Twitter.
ever. It's who cares about Ridley? He's awful. Stupid.
Oh my God.
Metroid's the worst franchise in the world.
Toy of fire!
They're never
Mark,
going to
keep
add
going. Now
Waluigi
you're
because
the
they
annoying
don't
one,
care
not me.
about you or your
Let's
fandom.
Die a painful death!
They only want your money, so they're gonna save Waluigi for the next entry into the Smash
Let's just forget.
universe.
Let's just forget VAR like they forgot Waluigi.
All
We
right.
don't talk
Destiny's
about that.
also bad. Anyway, bye.
Well, I mean that's true.
Really?
So before we
Is
talk
it-
about Smash, we're gonna talk about Destiny 2.
Okay,
Oh.
now mess
For
up.
a second.
I need to preface this with an
Go on.
image.
Go
I
on.
posted in the Patreon chat. This was
All right.
this was put,
Spoiler alert for Destiny 2!
that's in the
Hey,
trailers.
Bungie doesn't care. It's in the trailers.
Yeah, so I'll put it in that. For anyone who can't see, this was put outside of the E3 convention. It's a memorial shrine for Cade 6.
Yeah. So Bungie has their number one complaint for Destiny games. Well, people can whine about the gameplay, and they have valid critiques. But the number one complaint for Destiny has always been its story isn't good. For the people who've come from the Halo franchise, Destiny's story isn't great. Now, Destiny 2, Destiny the Taken King improved. Destiny 2 also improved. Since then, it's kind of gone back down. The latest two DLCs have been some of the worst in the franchise. Bungie's heard the feedback. They want a story with stakes. They want a darker story.
I love steak.
They want a story that takes risks. So they've done something quite bold that I can't recall a company doing to promote their game.
Boycott.
And they've killed the fan favorite character in a trailer.
Boycott.
And I'm
I'm
very
calling it right now.
I'm very
He's not
interested.
dead. He's
Boy-
not dead.
Boycott.
They killed off our boy Philly.
He's not
and-
going to be killed off. They've
Boycott.
told him that they're going to treat him like a superhero, and superheroes die and come back.
It's quite possible.
Boycott.
Well, he is an ex.
I'm calling it now. He's not completely dead. He's going to be part.
According
Somehow.
to them, they specifically killed his ghost as well in the trailer to dispel any theories that he could be brought back that way, or because he's an exo. You know, if his ghost's dead, he's dead as well. Apparently, for
That's
good.
Either way, I never really cared for the character much, but I don't genuinely think he's dead yet. I do feel 60% he will be back somehow, some way. Don't know how. Some
Possibly,
magic
but I
stuff,
still
technology.
admire their approach.
Yeah, it's
Magic
something
and
to
gold.
set the tone.
Okay.
Nice reference, Wef. Nice reference.
For point out.
I boycott, think, boycott, that, boycott, we should boycott the entire boycott game boycott, and it's a bad boycott game boycott in its entirety boycott.
So that's your opinion about Destiny?
Mhm.
E3?
I mean,
All right.
listen.
What about you, Meso?
I love it. I'm totally down. The game, the Forsaken DLC looks to be like a checklist of everything I could have ever wanted them to fix the game with. It looks like a lot of fun. 3 shotguns, and the fact that they're taking story risks by killing the main favorite character. 3 shotguns is also really cool and commendable. 3 shotguns.
Interesting.
And
let
I
me-
quite like it. 3 shotguns.
Let me boycott, counter boycott with this boycott. I boycott, think, that boycott. That boycott does
So
not
what's the joke
boycott
here,
make
that
up
you're boycotting
boycott.
Destiny?
Yeah,
the-
that's the joke.
For the boycott fact that they have boycott killed, boycott Cade, boycott
But
6.
They're making it to where you can wield 3 shotguns.
Who cares? Meso, we're not getting this game on launch. We're gonna wait until the reviews are out. We're gonna
We
wait
are
and
getting
see.
it on launch.
We are not
We are
getting it
getting
on
it-
launch, Meso.
I am gonna stake out reviews like nobody's business to make
The
sure we
steak
get
is
it
gonna
on
get
launch.
moldy, Meso. This game is not gonna be good because it's Bungie and they can't do good things.
You know who can't wield 3 shotguns?
Who?
Cade 6.
Die!
Yeah.
You know what? I agree with VAR.
you-
Ridley is an awful character. Nintendo is the worst company in the entire world.
Ridley is the freaking purple dragon. You shut your mouth.
That's exactly why he
That only
sucks.
makes it worse.
No, you stay away.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Whoa,
Neither of you
Purple.
two are part of this episode for real.
Do not do this. Ridley still sucks.
I don't like. What is the gimmick here? Did you really like Cade 6 a lot, LJ? Or
Yes,
like, what
he
happened?
really
He was the
Oh,
final
really?
he was the final redeeming quality about Destiny 2. And now they've taken that away.
Really?
And now they aren't giving us anything actually good. 3 shotguns don't count in return.
The story's gonna be awesome. I guarantee it.
The
This
story is
revenge
going to be
quest
the
against
worst
Aldrin
thing. No,
is
you know
gonna
what
be
they're going to
great.
do? They're going to quote-unquote
Playing
kill
Destiny.
him. And then they're going to go through all this stuff. We're going to lose our powers again, I bet. And then we're going to fight the
Probably.
dude. And it's going to be like a 2-minute battle. And then we're going to get our powers back. And Cade 6 is going to be right back because they can't commit to
LJ.
anything. Yes.
LJ, there's 9
Yes.
new supers. We're gonna gain power, dude.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, that is pretty
9
cool. That's
new
cool.
supers.
Yes, XLJ is a big Nathan Fillion fan. So
Mhm.
yeah, perhaps the biggest one.
No,
I don't know.
I love Nathan Fillion, but like playing Destiny for the story is like going to McDonald's for a salad.
Good quote.
That's a really good analogy.
I am posting that one to Twitter.
Nice.
Like there's no like any story aspect, like nothing holds up. If you have a person that's gonna play Destiny like a single player game and just go through the story, it's just not. Yeah. Destiny
Alright.
Forsaken. It looks neat. I
I want to have an episode later in the future with like just us three and maybe Keeney talking about Forsaken. I got a
Yeah,
lot to say.
we should
For
do
the
that.
sake
We
of
should-
not boring the audience, we'll move
We
on.
should definitely have our own episode where we'll just talk about lots of stuff happening. But like, Destiny is really hard to look at objectively because there's so much stupid thing that's happened to it. I hate that Destiny 2 is the exact same as Destiny 1 because we're just going through this cycle. Because like, it's very hard for me to convince LJ here in that like all the stuff that was so stupid at launch, all of that is fixed now, and some other fixes are coming. It just feels
Elder knows. We just
manipulative and
Yeah.
dirty.
No. To be totally
It
honest,
shouldn't be the case.
I'm hyperbolizing quite a bit. I think that this DLC is probably going to be the best that they've done for this game. I
Yeah.
wish they would add a couple of other things from Destiny 1 that I really would like. Solid, super solid. But I think that this is going to be an actually really good DLC. I just don't know about the story. I think the story is going to be a waste of our time. But the multiplayer
But
stuff is
Gambit.
awesome.
Gambit.
Yeah, I know.
Gambit's
that's
the
awesome.
most fun thing.
It looks
so
great.
good.
Gambit is very unlike. It's such a fresh thing. That's like the only cool thing that I could actually just talk about.
Gambit is my
without
favorite
going
X-Men.
on. What? No, Gambit is a new game mode.
No, Gambit is my favorite X-Men.
It's not an X-Men in this context. It is a 4v. It's
In any context, he's my favorite X-Men.
all right. He's just an X-Men. Is that it for Destiny?
Adam Craig
Children
says,
have good-
what if the 3 shotguns are connected to the lore in a Kingdom Hearts way?
Getting a serious thinking emoji for you there, but done. And
That's-
3 shotguns is pretty bad because then all you're gonna starve your ammunition because
Dude, I'm
all
so
the
prepared to
kinetic
starve.
ammo, all the kinetic ammo
Oh.
that drops, you're not gonna get anything from it. You're gonna starve your ammo incredibly fast. It's not a good way to play the game. You
I
can.
am so
but
prepared to
necessarily
starve.
good.
It's gonna be so fun. Never will I have enjoyed starving as much.
You will starve immediately. You will die. You will regret every decision that you've made in your entire life because of those 3 shotguns. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. But yeah, are we done with Destiny?
Destiny
Yes.
2 had bad DLC.
One last thing about
It
Sonic.
did. It did.
What
Until
keeps
they did.
cutting out, but I feel like she said something funny.
You did.
No, I'll watch it back later.
I was about to talk until I didn't.
Oh. I'm sorry, did I interrupt you, Fluffy? I don't mean to do that. Do you want to say something?
Not
Fluffy?
like you hear me anyway.
We can hear you.
I can hear you now.
I heard the joke. I don't think it cut out. I think it came through just fine.
Who are we
This is
hearing? I
joking.
didn't hear anything.
All right.
Really not fine.
But yeah,
You just don't-
one last thing about Sony then. Spyro is getting a remake. They showed some stuff at E3 of like actual gameplay. And I know some people out there really big on Spyro. I'm really big on Spyro. Spyro 3 is my favorite game of all time. I'm
Really?
glad we're getting a remake in September that looks very beautiful. A bit too orange for my taste, but it's like a proper remake in that they have like the base mechanical stuff is still there 100%, but everything has like a huge cartoony style overhaul because everything was kind of blocky on PlayStation 1, you know, so it's pretty crazy that they're taking a PlayStation 1 game and they're upgrading it graphically to this point. It's crazy. And
Very
I
nice.
just wanted to put that out there. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Sony, done.
The last thing we're going to talk about today, there was also Square Enix, but they had a joke of a conference. They had, nothing worth talking about.
I didn't even watch it.
there. I looked it up afterwards. It just essentially rehashed a lot of stuff that already shown elsewhere. So the last thing for today will be Nintendo. So here's the thing about Nintendo this year. As a fan of theirs and as someone who likes Smash Brothers, I was very happy with the Direct. As a Direct, looking at it objectively, it was probably the worst they've ever done. Because they really didn't talk about anything but Smash. If you don't like Smash, there was nothing there for you. Definitely the worst E3 Direct they've done. I can't speak for just their random, Directs they do throughout the year, but typically at E3 they have multiple titles that they announce. Here's what this one consisted of. Without any preamble at all, any kind of hey, welcome to Nintendo for this year, they open with the trailer for this game called Daemon Machina. And it's just a bunch of stylized mechs flying through the air in Michael Bay mech anime the game with this music playing. It's very un-Nintendo.
Get ready to die. Oh, wait. Wrong one.
And it's it was so bizarre. I could not hold in my laughter. It was so freaking funny.
Meso.
Yes.
You know why they started out with that and why this was a bad Direct?
Why?
Because Nintendo don't care about anything else.
Nice. I like it.
And they never even explain anything about the game. The music just cuts out abruptly to a title card. There's the music just stops. It's Daemon Machina, and then they're like, "Hi, welcome to Nintendo." I'm what? So they do Super Mario Party coming for the Switch, and guess what, guys? It has online multiplayer. For the first time, people have wanted online Mario Party for so many years, and now we're finally getting it. Except it's not the board game mode. It's not the actual Mario Party mode that everyone enjoys that's getting an online component. It's some random new construct for online. I don't even know what it is specifically. They showed trailers for Fire Emblem. They showed trailers for a bunch of stuff. They were very generic looking. For fans of the series, I'm sure there are tidbits in there that you find interesting. But for a more broad, Nintendo Horizon, what did they show that was interesting? Fortnite on the Switch?
Yeah, you can do that now.
That's cool. Don't get me wrong. I like that.
No,
but
it's not.
that's not a heavy-hitting announcement.
I don't like that.
Really, the only real thing, okay, that new Yoshi game they showed off last year. Or 2 years ago, I forget. Nowhere to be seen. It wasn't there.
Yo shouldn't
At all?
show it next year.
They just completely ignored it. The new Metroid Prime 4 game didn't show it at all because it's not coming out this year. Their logic for this conference was we're only going to show games that are coming out in 2018, and I respect that to a degree. If not for the fact that they started off the conference with Daemon Machina, which comes out in 2019. So, blatant hypocrisy there. I find it very difficult to believe they couldn't fill the void with some other games, but fair enough. They spend a half hour on Smash. That's really the only thing in the conference that people care about. And to be fair, if you like Smash, you'll be very, very happy because they went super mega in detail for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. A ridiculous amount of detail. They went into gameplay mechanics, stages, heroes, the differences. They had like reveal trailers for new characters. They had a big reveal montage that every single character from every iteration of Smash is in this game. That's why it's the Ultimate Edition. They have Kid Link. They have Solid Snake is back. They have Rob. They have the Ice Climbers. Every character ever in Smash is back. The caveat for that is that there's only like 2 new characters. 2 or 3. Ridley being one of them, and the Inkling being the other. There's no Waluigi.
Oh, thank goodness, that
Waluigi's
guy's
been abandoned.
the worst.
Mm-hmm. Another year, Waluigi's been abandoned. Daisy is technically a character, but she's an Echo Fighter. I don't know why I said he. So that doesn't really count. She's essentially just palette swapped Peach with like slightly different setups. But I still do respect that. You know, to a degree, it's cool. Here's the question people are gonna have to ask themselves, and I'm speaking like purely objectively, so don't hate me, Nintendo fans. If you bought Smash Brothers for the Wii U like 2 years ago, and then you have this game, Smash Brothers Ultimate, what like meaningful iteration to the series are they doing here that's like different than before? Are they bringing back a story mode?
They are doing a complete rehash of the blocking system. There's like a dodge in there as well to like grab on a ledge or something. Like there's some very small changes to some very fundamental things that's going to completely change how you approach and play the game from a meta perspective.
From a meta competitive perspective, I respect that. I'm just speaking more in terms of like casual market appeal.
Yeah, as in like looking away from that, it just feels like it graphically doesn't look that much higher.
No, it doesn't.
It very much does. It very much feels like, because Smash was a thing that was not there for a very long time, and then suddenly it's here, and then now it's here again. Very like it gets that very. It's a weird feeling with like you have with Call of Duty and all these, like they're pumping out these franchises, and like I feel like some people are very like they feel like that's what's happening to Smash.
Look, I respect them doing an Ultimate compilation, especially if it does end up being one of the last, if not the last game in the series. That deserves props and merit. Having every fighter in the entire series in the game, that's awesome. That's cool. But the thing with that is they should still have new characters.
Oh yeah, definitely. They should definitely have more new that brings to the game. Like why? Like there's not a huge selling point for Ultimate over the one on Switch right now. I feel it just feels like this is the one that's updated and has like some fundamental changes, which I don't even know if those will be amazing for the competitive and meta aspect, because like people still play Smash Bros. Melee to this day, and you still have the meta changing. You have so many crazy stuff happening to Smash. You have some people's lives is Smash, and like.
Sorry for fumbling my words. There was like a giant spider I just had to go kill.
Boy.
A mega spider was just crawling on the floor. I
don't really know. It just we'll have to wait and see. There's probably something I'm missing here, but it's weird. But it's crazy that they finally put Ridley in Smash and that Ice Climbers are coming back, because Ice Climbers was the most overpowered stupid thing Smash had ever seen.
I will say I'm being like the skeptic realist, like I always am. But when Ridley came on the screen, I didn't even need to wait to see it was Ridley. The moment the cutscene started and I saw the environment, I knew it was Ridley because I know that area from Metroid Prime. I knew it was Ridley. And I've lost it. Vin can vouch. Vin called me on the phone because he wasn't at home and was like, dude, it's Ridley. I'm like, yeah, it's Ridley. It's so good. He's been requested for so many years and he looks incredible. But the trailer was so well cut.
And he's the worst character to be added to
He
the
murdered
franchise.
Mario. He killed Mario.
Well, you know what
I
they
don't-
say, man. Mario had to Mario.
There was a guy on Twitter that had like a bunch of money showed on his PayPal or bank account or something, and then he said like if Ridley gets added, if Ridley gets added to Smash Bros, I will donate blah 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 to all people who retweet this tweet or whatever. And I saw that on my Twitter, and I didn't retweet, and I don't know if he actually did it or not. But I think it's hilarious.
One guy said he was gonna eat his shorts, and I believe he did it. I believe he did eat his shorts.
Oh, that's possible.
Bart Simpson, you're crazy.
Yeah. Eating shorts because Ridley is in Smash Brothers Ultimate. He did it. Confirmed.
Unbelievable.
So, essentially, that's Smash. If you are a fan of Nintendo who accepts this is a celebration, it's them coming together for all the franchise. I mean, like, this is the ultimate compilation. And you can look past the fact that there's only 2 or 3 new characters. If you can look past the fact that there's not going to be a big-scale story mode like Subspace Emissary from Brawl.
Oh, it's beautiful. Love it.
If you can look past all of the lack of new content, strictly speaking, and just appreciate it for what it is, it's going to be right up your alley. And they're releasing it this year in the Christmas season, so guaranteed it's going to sell like hotcakes. And I will be getting it, rest assured. There's no universe in which I do not get that game. But
I'll look
it's
at it.
kind of, it's like, the only comparison I can think of is it's like if Microsoft had their press conference, and it was like an hour long, and they showed like 4 games, and then they spent like 30 minutes on Halo. It's like, if you like Halo, then that's awesome for you. And if you don't like Halo, then you are out of luck. That's kind of what this conference was like.
Clef, you got any thoughts about Smash? I haven't heard you say something in a while.
I don't know too much about Smash, so I've just been quiet.
How'd you feel about Ridley?
I don't think she cares about Ridley.
I know. I just want.
I don't even know who Ridley is.
I'm just used to people caring so much about Ridley, so I just wanted something refreshing. Someone who just
Only
does
Ridley
not
I
even...
know is the Ridley from Alien.
Nice.
Oh, I love that Ridley as well. It's a very good movie.
Sigourney Weaver Ridley is great.
Did you like the second and the third one, or have you not seen them?
I've not seen those.
Okay. The first one's still the best one. Don't
The
worry.
first one is, and I've seen the first one and I've seen Resurrection, which I wish I didn't see.
Aw.
Oh, I think Resurrection's the third one. That was terrible. Second's okay.
Point being, that's all for E3.
Really, that's
I have
it?
some
It's only
thoughts.
4 in the morning. You don't want to go.
I could
go
go
to bed.
longer. There's a lot of stuff we didn't talk about that I could
Like
talk
what?
about.
I
But-
think we should wrap this up.
In the interest of closing thoughts, before I give mine, Fwef, you were kind enough to be on tonight and spend your entire evening, and I feel like you had to suffer with your mic issues and get talked over.
I can't.
So you have
I can't
you have the
wait to
floor.
buy a new
If there's
microphone.
any, yeah, go on.
I was gonna say I can't wait to get paid so I can get a new microphone because this one is honestly terrible. But I really liked it this year. There was a lot of stuff that was interesting, like even like games that I'm not gonna get, which is like 80% of them. I would want to see art of it. I want to see like concepts and like cutscenes from them because they honestly just look pretty interesting.
Definitely.
Like,
What's the,
totally just
what's the
watched it.
biggest highlight for you from this entire E3?
Uh,
You said it
I
was
don't
Last of
know.
Us earlier? I think so.
For Sony, I thought that The Last of Us was
okay.
the best part of that. I think for me personally, it'd probably be like Gears 5 because I'm actually
Yeah!
I'm like a massive nerd of like the series and stuff, so I'm gonna be like excited about the next chapter. So I'm probably gonna be more excited just by basing that I already know a lot of stuff about the Gears franchise, so I'll be buying that and finding out what's happening next.
Let's play Gears 5 with Meso and Fwef. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, me and Meso played Gears 4 and then we never touched it again. Hopefully Gears 5 is a lot more interesting. We actually need to play Gears 2 this summer because Meso still hasn't played it, and I think Gears 2 is one of the best games in the whole franchise.
In all
I played
fairness to Gears
3 at a
4,
friend's house, and I loved it. I thought it was amazing.
in all
Is the
fairness
third
to
one
Gears
regarded
4,
as a-
I probably would have played it more if I had more hard drive space.
Is the
Probably
third one
played
regarded
more.
as a good one?
It's okay. I think the third one's like got too much going on. Like there's too many characters. Like there's like 16 like characters or something, and half of them don't really matter.
Fair enough.
Well, you don't like
Yeah.
Carmine or whatever he was called?
Oh!
No, but there's not enough Carmine. We'll have him live. He only shows up for like 5% of the game.
Yeah.
There's a cardboard
just gets
cutout in the
sniped.
background. He does.
Pretty much.
Just gets Widowmaker. Just, pew, just done.
All right. Well,
This has
LJ,
been a
X,
ride.
You guys have anything last before we end the show?
I don't know really. There was a lot E3 this year that they'll just kind of jump around like clowns. These devs and they try to figure something out, see what people like. You know, this year they tried flutes and barns. You know, Sony. I don't know. I just want to go to bed. It's 4 in the
All
morning.
right, LJ.
I think that this was a fairly decent E3. I think for a lot of people, it's really fantastic. I personally believe
Yeah.
Microsoft took it walking away. I don't think there was even a competition for most of these guys. You know, in the battle of E3, Microsoft, they had it, and they didn't let go of it for the rest of E3. It was great. I love it. I'm happy.
agree.
I'm looking forward to things in the future.
Microsoft was the best. EA was the worst. Ubisoft was kind of bland. I missed their cringy humor. PC Gaming Show was surprisingly entertaining. Devolver Digital was hilarious. Sony kind of dropped the ball a little bit, but what they had to show was good. Nintendo, not enough, but if you like Smash, great A. Those are pretty much my thoughts. Most hyped thing, Jump Force, Destiny, Anthem, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Least hyped things, Madden, because I'm not one of the people who's going to chase the money. Still got my diploma, but I'm not going to chase the money. I'm not about that Madden esport life.
You gotta be the best, Meso. Career mode MB2K15 or whatever the heck it is.
Oh, fair enough.
2K18.
All right. So this is going to be the end of TTV Podcast 296, over 2 hours long. Felt
Thank
like
God.
good old times doing long
Cinematic
podcasts.
movie, TTV cinematic movie.
Thank you guys for coming out tonight and listening to us tear into E3 2018. Please share your thoughts on your own favorite games and least favorite games from E3 in the comments section below. And any thoughts you might want to share with us, feel free to do so on the TTV message boards at board.ttvchannel.com. Patron shout out this week is going to go to, I think it will go to Minnie Rigby in our patron Discord server. Thank you very much because you all help form a really cool community over here on the Discord. And if you all want to join us, you can do so on Patreon at patreon.com/TTV channel for as little as $1 a month. And you can get in on a lot of cool behind the scenes stuff that goes on. But for now this week, that'll be all. I am Meso.
Wait, no, I'm forgetting about the music. Hold on, I'll say my name in
Oh,
just
okay.
a second. Oh, sweet
I am
pepperoni.
Meso. It's spelled M-E-S-O.
Okay,
People
there
say
we
I
go.
like watermelons and I say no. Okay, go
Perfect.
ahead.
Yeah, I'm LJ. Anyone else?
Well,
Fluffy.
I want to die. I'm extra.
farewell, everybody!
That's Var and that's Purple, who are totally here, by the way.
Yeah. I'm purple.
I'm purple.
I
Hey everybody,
Tumblr.
I'm Purple. And I'm Var.
have Var. I hate everything.
Oh my... No!